Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el putín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios todo lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Ella de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
What's going on, people? How y'all doing? We're just getting started. It's that dude named Dave, and I am back with TD&D Live, and it is Friday. Hey, y'all. I got to make sure y'all can hear me. Press 1 if y'all can hear me, because I don't need the struggle stream. About to get started, y'all, in a second, guys. The lights are bright in here, so I got to put my glasses on, y'all. Getting started here. Hope y'all doing good. Oh, it's so bright in here, guys. It's so bright in here. I got to adjust my lighting, guys. I got to adjust the lighting. How y'all doing today, y'all? I'm that dude named Dave, and I'm back on Friday here, guys. I'm going to see who's in the chat here. Y'all saw the thumbnail. You guys see the title. Dr. Boyce Watkins, Boyce Watkins, Joyce Watkins is telling fellas to be stepdaddies. Oh, my God, guys. Oh, my God. We about to get into it in a second here. There's a lot of things that's going on here in the world. Things of that nature. I want to get caught up. I want to see who's in the chat. We ain't gonna long stroke y'all too much here. We're gonna get into the action, the festivities here in a second here, guys. Let's gotta see who rocking with me. First things first here. Shout out to all the Ninja Watchers. Y'all in the back. Y'all don't be saying nothing. Y'all be enjoying yourselves. I get it. You can't type and beat down the Anish crew, the AIC tribe we assembled here. Rock with y'all. Thank you. And also shout out to the replay gang. You know, y'all playing this right now and say, hey, I'm replay gang. You know what I mean? It's all right, though. I know y'all can't catch these live. Y'all across the world here. Y'all working, you're driving, you got responsibilities. You're doing your dizzle. You out here. You're also doing some strange little piece of change. You do something you ain't supposed to be doing out here. That's all right, though. But y'all still catch me, though. So shout out to y'all here. But most importantly, though, since we doing this show live, baby, we got to see who's in the building. Who's in the building, guys? How y'all doing? Who's in the building? My man, No Smoke TV. I see you, brother. Jay Williams, you gonna be in and out? All right, brother. Good to see you, man. Jurgen in the building. What's popping, my man? Good to see Jurgen here, man. Pooh, man. Good to see you, brother. Chucky, I ain't seen you in a minute. How you doing, brother? It's been a second here, unless you've been ninja watching. What's popping, brother? Good to see you, man. Hey, we got my man Derek in the building. What's going on, Derek? Man, hope you ain't spin the block no more, brother. Please tell me you are not spinning the block. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all should know. Man, Derek, please tell me you ain't spinning the block, man. Who else we got in the building? Who else is here, y'all? Who else here? With my man Kenny here. What's going on? Good to see you, Kenny. Let's see here. Vince in the building. What's popping, brother? Got Vince in the house. Let's see here. Who else we got here? Hey, what's going on, Julian? You got the fire emojis out here. Yeah, it's Friday, baby. Terrence in the building. You can hear me with the one. All right. That's what's popping. Y'all can hear me. Pooh, man, you killed Kenny, you bastards won. Hey, man, I love South Park. I never stopped watching South Park, man. I don't know if y'all have been watching it. Like, they only drop like 10 episodes a season now, and they're really sporadic when they drop it, you know, Pooh, man, but damn it. Hey, man, they never fail, never lost. What else we got here? We got one. Okay, Jerk, you can hear me. Wanderer can hear me. Trigger. What's popping, Trigger? Good to see you, man. Jay, you can hear me. That's what's up, brother. Yes, indeed. Yeah, what up to you, Derek? Good to see you, man. Mo can hear me. What's popping? He said, oh, the dark glasses gone? No, they back on, man. I have my regular glasses on. You know, I'm gonna have to do some change in my lighting here. There's gonna be some changes pretty soon here. So it's just the fact that it's so bright that, you know, I'm straining my eyes at everything I got going on here, because I actually got different color lights everywhere, guys. So I have my ring light here, then I have actually fluorescent Wi-Fi lights here that gives the background the color that it gets here, because technically this wall is gray, guys. This wall is gray, so I got tons of lighting of different colors here with the ring light and the lights over there. So that's the reason why I wear these glasses, you know, because otherwise I'll be doing this show and you see me squinking and eyes going all over the place and everything. So it just helps out, guys, you know. And I mean, yeah, some people, I think I do look cool in my shades. I like them, but it's work purposes, guys. It's work, man. What's going on, Leroy? Yeah, more moist trickings. What's going on, Dell? So bright, gotta wear shades. You know it, girl. How you doing? How you living over there? Yeah, Uno from Pluto. Okay, you far out, brother. Okay. Let's see who else we got here. Okay. No, Dave, I kept going. I'm done with her. I promise. Thank you, Derek. Guys, Derek, don't do it no more. Like I be using my Drake line. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Come on, man. You're wasting your time, brother. If you actually got with that, it would be nothing but headaches, consequences, and repercussions on that. Hey, man, let me stop playing with you, man. Let me stop playing. Let me see what's in the building before we get started, guys. Let's see what's going on, Bella. Bella Ring's in the building. How you doing, girl? Good to see you. Yeah. Chucky's like, nah, Not been ninja watching, but away from it all. Got preparations going on. I'm good. That's what's up, Chucky. Do what you gotta do, brother. What you gotta do. Team Peterson in the building. What's poppin', brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. It's like Uranus. Sound like an ass going to finish now. Hey, come on, stop playing. Hey, we got Blackest Night in the building. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Happy Friday to the People's Day. The only day we'll tell it like it is. Hey, man. you hashtag my A, man. Hey, stop playing with me, man. You hashtag on that me. Okay. Let me do this here. Let me do that here. All right. Who else we got here? What's going on, P. Moss in the building? All right. We about to get started here, y'all. Yeah. Let's see here. What did Dell say? He said, Derek, I know you learned your lesson. Sometimes them apples ain't good. Hey, Dell, I love applesauce. I can't eat applesauce. I can't even buy it. I can't even give my 6-year-old daughter applesauce right now. Just the mere thought of it scares the living hell out of me. All right, it just messed up my whole eating pattern. Like I want to have a light breakfast, and applesauce is good for you guys. And Derek, just don't do it no more, please, brother. Stop what you're doing. I know, yeah. I don't know why I did that again. Let's see here. Who else we got? Okay, everybody got the usual subjects, guys. Here, what's going on, Lorenzo? You in the building? You got your shades on? Yeah, I got them on. I might take them back off. We'll see what goes on here. How my eyes adjusted the lighting here, guys. So, okay, guys, how y'all doing? Just want to let y'all know I apologize for missing the last couple of days. This show was originally supposed to be on Wednesday, but I know how my allergies get, and I know how my throat is, and so I thought I felt my voice going out again. So I said, okay, I'm gonna take Wednesday off. I just, we rocked like 4 hours on Tuesday. So I said, okay, I'll take Wednesday off. Then yesterday I was trying to come up, and then, just got some personal things going on. And the main thing, I'm trying to buy another car. And it is hard trying to get a car these days. Unless you buy a brand one, new one, and you spec it out. Like I want to use one that's like 3 years max, no more than 4. Right? Because the car that we got here, one of the cars here is about to end lease in 2 months. So I'm literally on the line looking for cars. And if you guys don't know, the used car market is crazy. Like you got to jump on it. If you don't jump on it, it's, someone's going to beat you to the punch here. And once again, there was like a good 3 or 4 more cars that I wanted to look at yesterday. And by the time and that's the thing though, guys, I had saw them over the weekend. And I should put in a request right away. But, I live and you learn here. And I reached out to them, and then they got back and said, all these cars are sold. And so I was waiting for them. I was getting ready to transition. I was getting my stuff together. I'm working this week and everything. And it's like, God, dizzle. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I really, the lease is going to be up in 2 months. And so the options that we have here is that, once you lease a car, you can go ahead and, go ahead and go to buy it, or you just turn it in. And what's been going on is that the dealership has been contacting us like every damn day because the used car market, there's not that much inventory. So they know it's like, hey, man, y'all want to turn your car in, you can turn in early. No penalties, baby. I was like, whoa. We still got 2 more months. At the time, it was like a half a year to go. So, we got a half a year to go, 6 months. Don't worry about it. Bring it on in. We'll take it. No questions. As long as you follow the guidelines of the lease agreement, we'll take it. No penalties. Hey, man, I was like, God dizzle, but hey, we're still trying to figure it out. We got 2 more months. We got till September, so we'll figure this out here, guys. So Chucky's like, you're gonna get rid of BMW? No. We got a couple of cars here. The BMW ain't going nowhere. The BMW is still gonna be here for at least another 2 years. What happened though, Chucky, though, I went to the Mercedes-Benz dealership on Monday night, and man, they almost sold me on that GLE GT63. God dizzle. I've never owned an SUV. My people in my family have owned SUVs, but man, when you see that truck and how that handles, oh my God. I was like, nope, I'm not ready to do it yet. Not ready to do it. I like the Beamer still rocking, rolling, rock, but then like it opened my eyes for a second. I was like, okay, if I do get rid of the Beamer, what's on the horizon here? And I got to tell you guys, that's the worst thing you can do. If you don't have a brand new car and you step foot in a new car dealership, you gonna get the taste of wanting to get a new whip. Oh, I hate it. So that Benz is on the list, guys. And the next year, I gotta be honest with you guys. I was looking. Let's just say I thought the UK was having it bad. No, the whole thing, Chucky. The chip shortage from 3 years ago when the pandemic happened and we had that chip shortage, it just ruined the entire used car market across the world. So it ain't just the UK, baby. It's everywhere. So, you know, I just got to keep it a buck here. That Benz was calling me. I should never step foot in there to look at them damn cars. But now I want a Benz. And not just that Benz. I want the AMG GT63S too, guys. Yeah, look that up. Baller. And then I was like, and before that, though, I was like, maybe I want the Taycan or the Panamera GTS. I'm not lying to y'all. I really just I want to get a Panamera GTS. Then the Taycan came into the equation here. I was like, God diddle. So the BMW is still here, guys. But, you know, we got the other cars here, and we're trying to figure that out. But nah, Chucky. We still rocking with that one, man. We still rocking. Okay, guys. So that's what happened, though. I wasn't here these last couple of days, and now we're back here today. So how y'all doing today, guys? Y'all ready? Leroy said, you would be a fool to buy a used car at this point. No, I'm not a fool, man. Why would I be a fool for? I don't buy brand new cars. I bought one brand new car in my life, man. Never again. Never again. When I buy used cars, there's a certain way how I look at used cars, man. I never buy a brand new car off the lot. The only car I'm gonna buy brand new spec'd out would be that Benz AMG 63S, GT 63S, or if I get the Panamera GTS or the Turbo S for the Panamera or the Taycan. If I get one of those, I want to spec those out. Anything else, man, I'm getting some 3 to 4 years old, man. That's just a game now. Here's what you got to understand here, Leroy. The game has changed. There's a new baseline. We have a new baseline on car sales as well as housing sales, condo sales, townhouse sales. After the pandemic, because of the fact that we have a shortage here, what happened is everything has skyrocketed up the price. So whenever things do come down, like they're building a new chip conductor warehouse in Texas. It's going to be $1 billion facility being built by Samsung here, I believe it is, because they're trying to get in the game that, hey, we're not going to have this problem ever again and have y'all shop American. But the thing is, though, is that all cars have appreciated up. So cars that may have cost $24,000 about 4 years ago, those were for $29,000 now. If you want a car off $35,000, that bad boy starts off at $39,000 now. If you wanted a car that was $39,000, that bad boy $53,000 now. The game has changed now. It's a new baseline. So even when we have a course correct, those old prices will never get down to it here. But we need a car. We need a car, you know? So we need a new whip, guys. Hey, Terrence, that's on you. You can't hear. You're the only one saying not hearing audio, so that's on you, brother. Reset your phone. Do not get the G-Wagon. Get the Audi Q8 or Panamera. Hey, team. No, I wasn't looking at no G-Wagon. No, I wasn't looking at the G-Wagon. You know. No. But like I said, the Panamera, I did look at the Q8, though. But I want the SQ8. That's what I'm looking at, the SQ8, baby. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want here. So, Leroy, you wouldn't buy a 2004 Audi RSQ? I don't know these cars, but y'all help me learn. That's what's up, Dale. I'm about to get done off this in a second. 2016 or 2018 next buy. Nah, but I said any car I'm gonna buy, it can't be no older than 2020. I'm looking. I already told them. I said no. 2020 is the oldest car. 2019. I did find it 2019, but it had like 18,000 miles. So you know, like if it's like 4 years, it's got to be under like 20-some thousand miles, barely used. You know. But at this point again, I don't buy brand new cars unless it's spec'd out and it's a lowly produced car. You know, because buying a brand new car is asinine, especially if it's a regular brand new car, unless you're leasing it. Because when you drive it off the lot, the depreciation knocks off 4,000 or 5,000 off the rip, guys. You buy a brand new car off the lot. Soon you drive it off the lot, man, knock 5,000 off the price here, guys. Knock 5,000 off the price. Another Charger or Kia Stinger GT is what I'm looking. Hey, man, don't get no Charger, Jay. Don't be a nigga. Jay, don't be a Negro. A nigga, all I see is don't do that to yourself, man. Time to get an e-scooter. Nah, I ain't doing no scooter, man. Okay, guys. That's why I wasn't here. Y'all got the news. Y'all got what's up. So let's get into it, guys. Like I said, I'm not here to say my freaking insurance going on. Them mother suckers. Hey, man, it pays me over 40. It pays to be over 40 of no accidents, man. My insurance looks great. Even with the 650 and what it is, man. Hey, man, I don't pay that much, man. No accidents. It pays to get older, guys. It does pay to get older, you know, but that's the game here. I'm looking for a new whip. You know, we got to get rid of the lease. I don't want to keep the car that what she got here as well. I don't want to keep that lease. You know, my thing is if you're going to be in a car note, you get something that's going to be better and nicer. You know, I want to upgrade her. You know what I mean? She be cheap as hell. You know, she don't care about that stuff. I do. You know, she want the V series. Okay. Y'all do that. Pooh Man says, iRobot car? What do you mean about some iRobot car? Another Charger. You talking about that Kia Stinger? The Stinger looks nice, Jay, but All right, guys, let's get into it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's get ready to get into it. Hey, what y'all ain't seen in a while? It's Friday, and I'm off. Look at this. I've been drinking last night, too. I got to finish this. It's the first bottle I had since the last live stream. Like, was it months ago? So, you know, we got the rosé out, guys. We got to pour up. We got to finish this off. I bought this last night. Since I couldn't get the card and everything, you know, I was so mad, you know. I was like, let me go get something to drink here, man. So, yeah, we're gonna finish off this bottle of rosé. We're going to get into the show, guys. You know. So better off wait at the end of the year. I can't, Leroy, you know what? It doesn't matter about the end of the year. Here's the thing, Leroy, money's not an issue. You say you're talking about better, it doesn't matter. It's not about waiting to the end of the year. No. Money's not an issue. It's about getting a car when you need a car. You see, different between me and other people here, Leroy, is that if I need a car, I'm going to get a car. Money's not an option. Credit's not an option. I can go get a car with no money down with the lowest interest, even though the interest rates are kind of high because I know about that. I'm gonna get the lowest interest rate possible. So I'm not worried about that, man. And worst case scenario, and even if things change at the end of the year, I just refinance that bad boy when interest rates get better. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, you see, just to let you know, Leroy, things like that don't bother me. I'm not in a crunch to get something because I need to wait at a certain time. I gotta jump, but I gotta jump on something. You know, what's going on, Drew? Drew in the building. What's popping, guys? Hey, before we get started here, likes up in the building here. I need the like button. I need the engagement, you know? So shout out to all y'all, likes up in the building here. And like I said, cash apps, supers, chat, super stickers, super thanks. I appreciate all of that, guys. You got to go ahead and support the channel. You got to support the show. You know why I'm saying that here? Some people in the background, some people who just watch YouTube channels to be in the comments, they say, oh, look at them begging, stuff like that. Hey, I'm a capitalist, right? And I'm giving y'all entertainment. And this costs here. My time costs here. So the least y'all can do is hit that like button. Rod Neal in the building. What's going on, man? What's going on, Mo, bro? I'm going to have to tune in for the financial advice as well. Salute. What's going on to you, brother? Good to see you, man. Salute to you. You know, hold on. Let me do this here. You know, let me, we're about to get this started here, guys. We're going to talk about Dr. Boyce Watkins, guys, again. We're going to talk about Dr. Boyce Watkins. We're switching, you know, we've been having some good discussions on this here. Let me pull this up here. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, guys. I understand. I refuse to overpay. Hey, Leroy, it doesn't matter. You're going to overpay. See, Leroy, that's the problem that you're missing here right now. It's not overpaying anymore. It's a new baseline. See, that's the thing that we got to understand here. See, all of us see these high prices. And then what's going on, bro? Back to base. It's good to see you. So what we got to understand is that these prices are elevated. So it's no longer overpriced now. It's a new baseline. So it's the new normal. And people are not used to the new normal. And so you got to go out and buy that and spend that pocket. You got to spend that money. So it's no longer overpriced now. When you go to the grocery store and you see all those clothes, all those foods and everything that's gone up, eggs going up. You say, are eggs overpriced? Or you're saying, damn, you got to go ahead and get it if you eat eggs, right? So we got to look at it from a different mind state, guys. Unlike Dr. Boyce Watkins here. Dr. Boyce Watkins will have you thinking that stepdaddyism is cool. Will have you thinking that you got to take on another man's responsibility and not thinking that it's going to, not look at the fact that it's really benefiting you or not. Broken Condition, what's going on to you, man? BT in the building, man. Good to see you, man. So I just sent Theo something about this dude. No doubt, brother. So before we move on here, Leroy, and everybody else here, you got to think about the fact that it's no longer overpriced today. If you see something say, oh, that costs too much. No. You got to change your mentality. You have to change the way you move. You have to adjust to the new normal. And the new normal is these prices are here to stay. These prices are not going to go away here. Everything goes up. I remember when gas cost 98 cents and when I was in graduating high school and college, it was 88 cents, guys. Do you think you're going to find 88 cent gas anymore? I am old enough to say that there was 88 cent gas, that I was driving doing 88 cent gas. We're never going to see 88 cents gas again. Know why? Because we have a new baseline. And we have a new baseline. We can't say, oh, that's overpriced. No, it's called what I keep saying again, guys. We're living in a society. We're living in a land where that, yes, as us blacks and as people of color, we deal with racism, but we're dealing, the biggest issue that we need to combat here is classism. The people who have things that can purchase, people who've taken care of their credit, their background, have investments and have stocks and have real estate, and the people who are just living paycheck to paycheck. And barely that. And then people living paycheck to paycheck, y'all gonna be moving in and being roommates together. That's what we're moving into, guys. That's the situation that we got here. And so with that here, we got to have a different thinking here. And knowing that we're not in a situation that things are overpriced now, we look at if this is the new normal, we have to work harder. We have to adjust. And then we have to be prepared for this here. Otherwise, you're going to be left in the background. You're going to be left in the background, guys. Yeah. So Leroy, you my guy. I just, you're a little bit older than me too. And so by me just telling you something like this here, it probably wouldn't affect you as much here. But this is for everybody else here. Because it's no point in me waiting to buy something here when I know what the situation is. I got to do what I got to do. You know what I mean? He just made a post that cautioned men on the risk of being still. Okay. What's going on, Joan? Good to see you. Good, hey, Joan. What's the time in the Philippines? My boy Mikey dropped a video earlier today. How's it going out there? Hey, before we get started, guys, we're going to talk about Dr. Boyce Watkins because he positioned himself as somebody as a finance guy. Somebody who's supposed to understand the markets, somebody who's supposed to understand the way the world view money works and investments, things of that nature. But he's kind of delved into relationships. He's delved into these things because he got married not too long ago. And all the talk is going on the way his fiance, then of course his wife now, and all the talk. And of course, you guys see my reaction videos. You can go to my channel with him and Corey Holcomb going back and forth. You know, he is somebody who wants to be an authoritative figure. But as we see, he's giving guys wrong advice, guys. He's telling guys the wrong information. And you want to know something? What I want to do is have a discussion about that because he decided to pull up on Tasha K. Oh, my God. Hey, let me just say this. Is 458, Joan? Oh, man, you're up early, girl. I'm not impacted from buying a car. I understand that not to tie up your live stream. No, it's all good. No, you're all good, man. I remember when gas was 59.69 cents a gallon. Now I was 21. Yeah, Thomas. New baseline. It's new baseline, brother. New baseline. Look, hey, let me get to these supers here before we get started here. Shout out to my man, Team Peterson. What's going on, team? Yeah, he's here with the $1.99, $2 holla. Turn the chat here blue saying, salute to the Friday collection plate car guys. Yeah, man. I'm a car guy. I'm a petrol head. Hey, Team Peterson. Salute. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you. This is the first holla of the day. Let me switch this up. The first holla. Thank you again, brother. I appreciate you, man. And like you guys here, you guys can contribute to the cause here. Likes. If you ain't got nothing, y'all can at least press that like button. I will not be upset if y'all don't press that like button. Come on. If you don't, we got a problem. You know what I mean? So thank you, Team Peterson, for coming through and coming right back on them with Rostas with the $2 holla. Hey, man, Rostas is here with no questions, no comments. My man is here for the straight love of the game. Hey, what's going on, Rostas? Let's get this party started now. Hey, man, Rostas, salute. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Thanks for coming through. Thank you for supporting me, man. I appreciate y'all, man. God, Dizzle. We about to get into it here. What's going on? Got quick in the building here, man. Yeah. Let's see here. I see a lot of people dying from crashes, but I'm hard-headed. Once I reach 120, I don't even know everything else. Hey, well, y'all talking about going that fast. Hey, 120, hey, pandemic time, when we couldn't do nothing and all, hey, I didn't have a YouTube channel, and I just got in the highway and just drove my car. Hey, man, I at one time, I bet you the odometer said average 92 miles an hour. I was just flying. I had nothing to do. We couldn't go nowhere. We were stuck in. I just hop in the whip. I gas up the whip here and just go ahead and just drive, man. $120. I've seen that way too many times on my dial, guys. What's going on, Yoga? What's going on, Eric? Eric in the building. So I haven't got any sleep yet. I do night shifts, so hold on here. Let me scroll back up here. You say you're doing night shifts? Oh, for American client. Okay, good for you, Joan. Get that money, girl. Said, yeah, you have to know your lanes in the shy, but I'm in the country. It says Vince. All right. Hey, shout out to my man BT in the building with the $4.99 $5 holla. Turn the chat here green saying supporting Dave on this wonderful Friday. Thank you. Hey, guys. Thank you, man. Hey, BT in the building. Hey, BT. Salute. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Hey, guys, do yourself a favor. Go to BT's channel here. You see his name. Click on it. Go ahead and click on subscribe. Having some excellent discussions over there. Building his channel up, having some, I can see your setup there, BT. He's doing his thing here, slowly but surely growing the channel. So go ahead and support him. He's doing his thing over there. Thank you, BT. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate the holla. So I'm going back to Ninja Watch and I'm at work. Hey, get your work on, man. Like I say, y'all got to get that money, man. What's going on, Dank? Dank in the building. Said my pops had me push the lawnmower as soon as my calves as my calves have definition. So I remember the price of gas. I hear you, Dank. Yeah, man. Cruise 95, 10 over. Yeah. No stepdaddy give custody to the real father. I hear you, Yoga. Okay, guys. Let me do this here. Yeah, let's get to this. Let's get it going here. I got my Moet, so I don't know how this is going to turn out today, guys. Some good stuff, y'all. Love the rosé. Ooh, that rosé. Like Martin, you do. Okay, guys, let's get into it now. We've been talking about Dr. Boyce Watkins. It don't feel right, even though that's his title, it don't even feel right to say doctor. Because the way he's been talking is real reckless lately. I mean, he's a man. He's entitled to his own opinions. He's going to move how he's going to move. But it's evident to see that this is a man who now has some sort of level of fame. You can say he has money, but he has not grown with that. He is still the same guy who didn't have any money when girls weren't checking for him. The way he talks, his mentality when it comes between the definition, the direction, the differences, between men and women. So what I want to do is that I want to have another conversation because we checked out his live stream from last week. And he had a rebuttal to the Corey Holcomb, which was really horrible, guys. You guys can see it on the channel here. I actually did 2 parts on there. And it was a lot of splitting hairs. It was a lot of somebody who thinks he's the smartest man in the room. It is somebody who'll go ahead and try to use a lot of big words, try to use analogies, and it only take portion of a conversation and take it out of context to try to apply it to his view of what's going on in the Black community. We broke that down, right? This is what he does here. Like when we reacted to him, he would only play 15 seconds or 20 seconds of a Corey clip here, right? And then he'll respond to that, but not give the full context. Not giving the full context. He would say, Corey would say, hey, man, I wish my baby mama was dead. And then he will take that and say, see, that's the problem, the Black community. We don't respect our Black women. Corey, being the comedian that he is, he's talking this way here and people listen to him. And if you didn't stop it to make your point about the Black community here, you would hear Corey say, and I'm going to get to some context here with Corey. He was like, I wish my baby mama was deleted. I'm putting a different terminology here because she tried to run me over a car. Right? So, I mean, there's so many things. Like, do I agree the way Corey moves at times? No, I don't agree with everything he says. That makes me an individual man. I don't rock with everything what everybody people say here, but we're going to have people who have similarities, and I do agree with some of those things here. But what he tried to do, just give you as an example, he would take this like one portion without the whole part of that, without the context, and then apply that to say, you see, this is a situation where the reason why we got issues in the Black community. I don't like those straw man conversations. I don't like when people do that and then don't play the whole thing and then don't even play the full context of that. Then he'll jump to another portion, play 20 seconds of that, and then make another argument about the Black community, right? And then he made a big thing about us Black men making a big deal about getting down on one knee and proposing for marriage. And the thing about those, I don't know, maybe he did a live stream on it. I don't want to comment on something that he may have done that I don't know. But maybe he did another live stream on it. But whatever the case may be, there was nothing from the Corey Holcomb situation or what everybody else is talking about from what I see from my vantage point of men dogging out men getting on one knee to propose to get married here. The issue is you over here proposed to a woman that had you in the friend zone for 25 years. So you have a view of women that's not the same that us men here look at women here. And you're giving it from a view of less than. You're giving it from a role of not secure. I'm going to say that. It comes from a role of, I got to take what I got to take. And then when I get it, I'm going to big it up and champion it. So he had a conversation with Tasha K. We're going to get into it now. And before we get into it, we already know. All right. If I saw Tasha K in person, I keep it a buck with her. I say, girl, you crazy. You crazy as hell. But you want to know something about Tasha K, though? I got to give credit where credit is due, though. You don't get to 1 million subscribers on YouTube without being damn good at what you do. I will say this here, though. I will say this. Everything that she did with that Cardi B situation, if I was in her camp, I'm like, yo, you need to cool it. If I was her husband, like, I'm leaving your ass, you keep going this route here. You know what I'm saying? I just got to keep it a buck here. But that's a separate situation. I just got to say that 2 things could be true at the same time. You could be crazy as hell You could be local. You could be out of your goddamn mind. At the same token, you could be good at your job. Did y'all hear that here, guys? I need you guys to hear that so you can apply that into your real world lives here, because some people don't understand that. You could be so far in left field. You could be crazy, cuckoo. You could be whatever it is. You could be, R. Kelly, for crying out loud, right? And at the same time, you could be the best at what you do at your job. Two things can be right at the same time. And I will say this here, Tasha K is a damn good interview. I give her that. Hey, I mean, if you want to go back a couple of years ago when her and Kevin Samuels had that collaboration, hey, let's keep it a buck here. That was a good collaboration. So I just want you guys to know where I stand on here, because I haven't reacted to Tasha K before. I will say, like I said, though, she crazy. She crazy. Excuse me. She crazy. Out there. She wilding, right? But hey, man. Hey, the way she moves her YouTube channel. See, other YouTubers, I do respect her on that. But after that, though, like, hey, Tasha, you on your own. What's going on, Tommy? Tommy in the building, man. He said that. So what's going on, Don Jeter? That Boyce ain't like KS because he knew he was simping. Facts, man. What's going on, Vinny? What up, Dave? I'm a little late, but I made sure I hit the like button. Dude, hey, Vinny, you on time, brother? We just getting started. So here's what I'm going to do here, guys. Let's pull up the conversation now. Let's react to it together. Cynthia G. Oh, yeah, Pooh, man. Cynthia G is crazy, too, man. She crazy too. Tasha K owes $6 million. Yeah, 4-6 million, whatever it is, Leroy. She owe a guap. Her the IRS on her ass too. But hey, you could be good at your job and be crazy or wilding out at the same time, guys. Just remember that when you see someone on the news, like, how could they do that? He was such a genius, or she was such a brainiac. How did this happen? Do you realize that some of that crazy, that people that makes them crazy, that some of those things that got their screws loose in their brain is also a derivative that helps them make them great at what they do in their jobs? See, people don't understand that portion there, that they may got a screw loose over here, but because that screw loose makes them so dominant over here. So let's get into it, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it here. Oh, look at Tasha K, and look at Dr. Boyce Watkins. He got the cheap background that you guys know. I'm just going to keep saying to him, man, you are too grown to have this big old YouTube channel with that cheap ass background, man. How about you take a couple $100, man, just invest into the background alone? You got a couple $100 for that. You can't be this guy giving financial advice and then you over here giving the presentation that you got this janky ass 480p camera. I'm just going to say that. Come on. So let's get into it, guys. Let's cook with me and let's react to Tasha K talking to Dr. Boyce Watkins. Let's get into the situation here. So let's go, guys. Let's cook. Lights up in the building.
The platform is about. It's all about being real. We've had a lot of people show up saying that this is what they do, but they don't actually do it. You understand what I'm saying? They use it to their advantages. So, like, I spoke to your wife I want to say like a month ago. Okay. Very, very nice, well-rounded, educated Black woman as a whole. And I remember asking her, I was just like, how is it, being married to Dr. Boyce Watkins? Because you are, a public figure. You've been featured on quite a few podcasts and things like that. You even have your own podcast, named after you and things like that, where I see a lot of the subjects that you cover surrounding wealth management, primarily dealing in the topics that, that gets people's attention, always the celebrities and things like that. I was shocked you didn't do one on my bankruptcy.
Oh, you talking about that Cardi B stuff?
Yeah, I was shocked you didn't do one on my bankruptcy.
You know what? The reason I didn't was because actually, I understood where you were coming from. Honestly, I didn't. Obviously, I mean, it sounded like you made a mistake and you admitted to making the mistake, and I respect you for that.
What the hell?
But also, I'm not really a person. I don't dislike Cardi B, but I'm not going to be a champion for what she's doing to the culture.
What the hell?
I think I think our community gets harmed because you look at what happens to so many of these little girls that end up in these R. Kelly situations. Little 14-year-old girl getting pregnant by some 20-something-year-old dude.
Wait. Is Dr. Boyce Watkins starting off the interview pandering to Tasha K? Oh, what's going on, Eric? Eric in the building. See you, EJ. Guys, the interview just got started. And what was the first thing that Tasha K said? Hey, I'm about the real. and I need to know if people are about that or not. She made the point to set the baseline for her interview about who's real, who's fake. And then you hear him babbling. Let's let it cook here. Thank you, Joan. We're using the fair use here. Y'all see it in the description in the bottom there. Fair use, Joan. Thank you. Appreciate you. Fair use. Let's get it going here. Let's hear some more you guys say about this here between his interpretation between Cardi B and Tasha K, y'all. Let's let it cook.
Dude. And I think some of it comes from the fact that we openly sexualize our children at an early age. You know, a 6, 7-year-old girl should not be repeating the lyrics of a stripper who used to drug and rob men for money.
Oh, in that part. Okay, so no, I was talking about as far as
wait, you saw she stopped that, right? Because hey, first of all, Tasha still got a gag order. She would be talking about Cardi, right? Technically, she would be talking about Cardi. You know, Cardi's been going back and forth to court. She would be saying nothing about her, right? But Tasha stopped there. It's like, wait a minute here. I don't have the question I asked you. She's about to get into it right now. Okay, let's let it play some more here. We get back into it.
As you know, because a lot of people were talking about the finances of it all. Like, how does this work?
Shauna.
Like, you know, as a content creator, and then they were shocked when I filed the bankruptcy because there was a lot of talk around like, oh, she can't file bankruptcy. If I don't have any money, I gotta file bankruptcy. It is what it is. Like, that's just the nature of the finance system. And luckily, we have a judicial system that understands that, you know, people don't necessarily make what they owe.
Yeah. Well, bankruptcy, a lot of people think bankruptcy means you have failed financially. And that's
before we get into this bankruptcy talk. Here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I will be fast forwarding on parts of this video that is kind of like fodder that's not adding to the conversation we want to get into right now. What I want to talk about, though, is when she asked him about the Cardi B situation, he immediately took it to Cardi B's music and lyrics. And here's the thing. That party's right, though. Like, female rappers, the hip hop game, women talking about, you know, my WAP, you know, wet this, gushy that, you know, I ain't gonna front, you know, hey, if it's going down for me at night, I ain't gonna front. But the issue is that this music here is not good for the younger generation. We got kids who are singing this here and getting over sexualized, things of that nature. But Dr. Moist, that wasn't the question. The issue is, how did you feel about her in a situation with Cardi B here? Not about Cardi B's music and the impact on the Black community here. See, this is what we got to talk about, guys, here as we move on here, right? This the situation with Boyce Watkins here is that he can't stay on the course here. He can't stay on the road here. Hold on, let me bring myself to the big box here. He can't stay on the road here. He can't stay on course here. He can't stay in this lane here. He wants to drive this lane here and then wants to go veer off and then do a U-turn. And once he gets off the exit ramp, he'll go down and go back down and come back the opposite way of the exit, and he'll drive down here and he'll come back on the next exit ramp. He doesn't stay on the subject at hand, and that's a female tactic here that goes on, guys. That's the reason why so many of us here do not like him and know that he moves in the pandering feminine ways here. He does not stay on course. He does not stay on what the subject here. And so what you got here, guys, what you got here is spin action. You got spin action because he gets you so goddamn dizzy. And then next thing you know, you're like, oh my God, what was the original question? See, that's why I stopped that. Because what was the original question? Yeah, no, sounds like I like to keep it real. So what do you think about me and Cardi B? Right? And he goes about the music. No, he's talking about she's talking about the bankruptcy and the lawsuit and everything like that and the money situation. You know? So that's the issue here with him. He can't stay on the course here. You cannot stay on the lane with him. He will pivot and change the conversation. Hence, when I broke that same situation down with Corey Holcomb here, when Corey Holcomb's talking about one thing here, and he brings it back to the Black community, when in essence, sometimes, guys, it's a one-on-one question. Someone asks you a question, it's about you giving the answer. Not every single answer is a world view answer. Right? Not every single answer got to go back to, well, you know, the Black community news this and blame. No, sometimes things are, what do you think about it? What is your thought process on this here? How do you feel it? Not an analogy about how this impacts the Black community. Not everything is an analogy for everything like that goes on. Let's continue, guys. Let me bring it back up here. Let's get back into it. We might have to fast forward if they get a little bit of fodder that doesn't make any sense here. So let's continue.
Just not the case. You know, most billionaire business people have had to file bankruptcy at some point. I've had to file bankruptcy, you know, especially when times get tough. And that's where a lack of understanding about how business works comes into play, because when you become a business owner, you're taking chances. And sometimes sometimes things go wrong, and so I don't look at you and see a person who is a failure. I see.
I wasn't saying that. Not like I ain't never got nothing negative on your platform about it. It was a few times, but it was okay. I respect that. You're a content creator. Like you just what you do. You're entitled to your opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care about that. But it's more so just about educating per se. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, you'll find that, especially now with these lawyers, like I'm seeing the rise in these people calling themselves attorney. And this is no diss to nobody. But I'm seeing a lot of
is that a lead attorney shot?
Black, people with degrees, and they've studied law, they've passed the bar, and now they've taken to YouTube. But I don't feel like they're really truly educating.
Hey, she's taking a shot to lead attorney. Hey guys, she's taking a shot to lead attorney because they got a beef going back and forth here. Tasha K and the lead attorney have been going back and forth here. You know what I'm saying? And in actuality, the lead attorney will take what Tasha K says and then just use that, for some context. He don't really take shots at her. He'll use it in a jokey manner, So yeah, she's taking shots at TLA. Hey, TLA, she's still doing it. Let's go.
Educating people like on how the law works, as opposed to you mix it up. You do comment on what's going on a lot in pop culture, as well as how it ties into, the economics of it all, dealing with us and how we need to go about managing our finances and stuff like that. So that's the angle that I was talking about per se. Nothing about like, I know people on A, B, or C side of the fence. It doesn't matter. But as far as like, having heads such as yourself in the Black community to just kind of break it down for, because a lot of times I be wishing I can get up here and do it, but I'm like, I got a show to run. I'm broke.
Well, you know what? What you mentioned an important word. You talk about culture, and you talk about culture. A lot of people maybe again maybe they just don't know. I get that on rapper. I mean, your favorite artist, what our Black woman, 1,000 women, somebody else.
He's being long-winded. I want to get past this.
Essentially, I could shape your our pocket. So the question, I want to spend my curses and all, whether or not that type of stuff. But that is not number one. It's not that's not a wealth building culture, and it's also not a culture that it's not something we should be focused on at the expense of us doing what we got to do to make sure we're good. Something about people are suffering.
No, I totally understand. In my business, I love to put out the baby mamas and how many baby mamas he got, so they can see that the money's getting thin. Being a baby mama is not a come up. You understand what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people think Tasha K like the mess. I do. I really love the mess.
Hey, y'all. Tasha K, talk about these baby mamas out here. Hey, y'all. Don't come for her too fast yet for this live stream, guys. I know why y'all don't like her, but she coming for the baby mamas, y'all. Hey, she coming for them. I guess y'all supers in a second. She coming for the baby mamas, y'all. Even Tasha K just said round and round. Right, exactly, Del. Let's go.
But it's really more of an eye-opening. This is what you want to live like? This what you looking forward to? Getting online, calling out your baby daddy because he's spending thousands or hundreds of thousands over on his new chick, but he ain't sending no money back to your baby. And you thought that this was gonna be your end all be all. No, baby, you got to go to work. So you got to, out another way.
Well, it's funny you say that because the lowest median net worth in America is that of a single Black mother with children.
Ooh,
baby mom.
Hello.
We know that. Well, we'll get to the numbers in a second, but Dr. Boyce Watkins would want us men to go ahead and be a champion for the situations here. We'll go ahead and take on the lowest common denominator of wealth in a certain subculture, and what us the men to go ahead and pick up the mantle, bear that cross, and walk it across like Jesus Cristo. That's what so he understands the numbers. He knows what's out there, but he still, as we heard in other talking points here, would want men to take this on. Hey, before we get it going here, shots my man Dank with the $4.99 $5 holla says, when Moist speaks, all I can hear is round and round by Rat. Hey, man. Thank you, Dank. Hey, Dank, first things first, brother. Salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. You're turning the chat green here. And guys, I love it when you turn the chat colors here, guys. About to get back into this video here. This is the intro here. Just letting y'all see the babble and everything going back and forth here. But guys, go ahead and support the channel here. You guys see the supers. You see that option there. Go right forward, man. That's what's up. What's going on, Derek? Team Peterson, salute. I see you, man. Let's pick it back up here. Let's go.
Oh, is it?
It's like $5. Literally, like white women is like 40,000. For Black mothers with children, the median net worth is $5. Well, why? Well, because you're kind of doing a two-person job by yourself. And I tell people all the time, who you choose to lay down with is going to have a huge impact on your economics. And sometimes we look at it from a short-sighted kind of perspective. Like, okay, this guy gives me the impression that he has money, but he's blowing it and he's not being responsible and intelligent. And then on top of that, he doesn't value his role as a father. Then I'm really, a short term, I'm feeling good, but long term, there's going to be a price to pay, and I have this conversation with my daughters all the time, just how to really, because here's the thing, if you study biology, and I wrote a book called Financial Lovemaking where I talked about this, women are naturally wired to be attracted to men that can provide various forms of security.
We sure are. Talk about too. Well, I got to spin on that one, Dr. Boyce. I got to spin twice. Let's go. You're speaking my language now.
Wait, before they pick it back up here, guys, Boyce Watkins knows the numbers. He knows the levels at where single motherhood leaves in our Black community. He understands the numbers here, but for some reason, though, it doesn't compute when he gives his own advice. He just said that the net worth in a single mother home here in the Black community is $5. So if he understands this here, and I see who said that, Eric said assets versus liability. Thank you, Eric. What's going on with you, brother? Good to see you. If you know that something is a depreciating asset or is a liability against you, and people hate the fact that we like to use business or cars. We do the analogy between men and women. But when we know this here, why would you go ahead and want men to continue to follow down this road here? That's what I don't understand here, guys. He knows the numbers. He sees it. But still, he wants y'all to think that this is the greatest thing possible to step up the stepdaddyism. Let's play some more, guys. Let's see. I think this is a good discussion because what he talks about contradicts what he says in the past here. Like he wants y'all to take on this mantle, but you understand that you're walking into a situation that's going to put you at a loop. It's going to bring you to an L. Let's continue, guys. Let's let it cook some more. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah,
right, Tasha, let's go.
Natural, right? Like on average,
hey, Sheila, what's poppin'?
Might like a man it could be a man who's taller. It could be a man who's got more muscles. It could be a man who's smarter. It could be a man who's got more wealth. So that's natural. The problem is, though, we got a lot of people out here pretending. A lot of people faking. A lot of rappers. I know a lot of rappers, and they're not doing as well as they might make people think that they are. And then also, choices and habits are huge. So even if you're doing well now, if you're making a lot of choices that are going to put you in a bad situation, you're going to lose. So I talk to my girls all the time extensively about okay, how do you identify a man who appears to be financially secure versus a man who's really going to be financially secure long term? And a lot of it comes down to his character, his choices. Is he bettering and educating himself? Watch how he spends his money, and don't just listen to what he says. Watch what he does. Ask him what is your 5-year plan? And if it takes him more than 30 seconds to give you an answer, that means he has no plan. And a Black man who has no plan is not typically going to be very successful. So I think all those things matter. So I think women, it doesn't. If you want a man that has resources, that does not make you a gold digger. I know guys complain about that. We got the whole manosphere and all that, and men, kind of whining, kind of being bitchy about it. But the truth of the matter is that women want men that can provide that security, and they should, because that man is going to be, the father of your kids or whatever. Who wants a weak ass man?
Let me pause here. I'm not a part of manosphere anymore, right? I've given my car back a while back after the just racist thing situation, right? I handed in my manosphere card, right? But let me just pause this here for a second here. In the manosphere and the men talking, we understand that women need resources. They request resources. It's in their nature. It's in y'all hypergamous nature to want a man who's about something. That's natural. Well, we're not talking about that. What we're talking about, if you come to my channel and the banshees out here who have 4 kids by 4 different men and would expect the same results if they were 24 years old with 0 kids. That's what we're talking about here, Dr. Boyce Watkins here. You're not seeing the dichotomy. You're talking about you speaking to your daughters, your girls, and you're saying to yourself, how do you look out for these men here like that? What are you instilling to them? And the thing is that you're also adding information that's not even true from the ideology standpoint of what these girls would be looking for. No, we understand that women want a guy who could be a potential high earner. We understand that women naturally want a guy that's taller than them, right? The problem, though, is the asinine thing is if you're 5'3", looking for a guy that's 6'3", if the guy is 5'9", he doesn't have a chance here, right? So the things that he wants to talk about and then he wants to insinuate to his girls here, and he's talking about the manosphere be crying. No, it's not about men crying. It's about men recognizing that women are literally being delusional on their ass for the ones that are not even available to the men here. And then when we tell our ask here, we sound like we're crazy. We're like, no, we don't want a woman who has 4 kids by 4 different men. I mean, he's got to deal with 4 different baby daddies. But no, guys like him would say, oh, we're crying about this here. No, we're telling women that once you do this here, you messed up, and then you got to go back to the drawing board to figure it out here. But the man that you want is not going to want you. And what's going to happen, he's only going to use you for sexual gratification. That is what we're talking about. And my phone's ringing. They can keep ringing. That's what we're talking about here. But let's let it continue here because he obviously, once it got a little dark, the shot of someone. I got friends still in the manosphere, but they're not crying over this here. We understand that women respond to money. They respond to good looking brothers. They respond to charisma. A man who's going to have it all. A man who's a protector. A man who's going to make them feel like they're in their feminine ways. But the issue is that so many women have conditional femininity where they turn on and off and they don't know where they're going. That's the issue here. That's the problem. Let me get to this super here. Shout out to my man Eric Jordan with the $5 holla saying the moist is getting even more moist. Simp Watkins. Hey, man. Hey, AJ. EJ in the building. AJ, brother. Salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you. Guys, turn the chat here colors, man. Y'all know how to support the channel here. Whether the like button or the super feature, it's available. And Eric let you know what's popping off here. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you. So let's get back to the video, man. Let's get back into it, man. And let's hear some more of what he's saying here because he does a lot of double talk. So in this video here, I'm going to let it cook here. But when I stop here, I want you guys to hear how he will say one thing and then he'd be reneging or he'll be telling on himself here. So let's get it going here. Let's play a little bit more here. What are you saying here, Del? Kendra G proves that women are not held accountable. Facts, Del. Facts. Let's go. Let's get back into it.
Ass man as a father of the kids. But if you laying down with weak ass men, then that's what you're going to get.
Weak dick, weak sperm equals weak children.
Exactly.
It's a long way. So I had a conversation. This was with the late great Kevin Summers. I don't know how you felt about him, but Kevin and I were quite close behind the scenes, and him and I had a conversation one day, and he had talked about because you mentioned it earlier, how we're wired culturally into pop culture and how it directly impacts us financially. Because a lot of people don't see that. And I think being in the space that I'm in, right, it's easy for people to say, here's my motto. If I'm not online bragging about it, when I ain't got it, guess what? Ain't nobody laughing about it. You see what I'm saying? I feel that we as a culture are just naturally just wired, and this is I'm gonna tie this into what I'm talking about here in a second because you said this
what you're saying
and it got my brain to running because I really want you to break this down since you have a PhD in all this. It's kind of like if I'm always online bragging about I got this bag, I got this new car, I got this, when I lose it, because I've been putting it in people's face, I feel like it's more devastating. Like I failed like myself and I failed my culture. I failed everybody that looked up to me because I was their way out. Like me being able to walk into a Louis store and shut it down or walk into a dealership and cop a car cash, even though that's the stupidest thing you could ever do. And then when because all things must come to an end. You know, we've seen it happen time and time again. MC Hammer, Lil Kim. I mean, the list goes on. Like, we've seen how these hip hop artists will have it. They'll get these advances. They spin. Once the song is not hot no more, they're trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. And then all of it comes crashing down when creditors start suing. Then they ultimately have to file bankruptcy, restructure, move out, foreclosure. Lord knows Texas IRS gonna get theirs, foreclosure or not. You know, and then they're starting over again. And I feel like it further perpetuates the ignorance of what financial stability is and what being wealthy means to people. And so when I had a conversation with Kevin Samuels, he said there was a video he had me watch that I never knew existed, but I always knew because I've traveled overseas. I'm married to an African. And what I've noticed is like, a lot of people think Africans and African Americans are different, and we're not, right? The only difference is they've just kind of taken our culture and amped it up more. So like if they're in Africa, it's very hard to penetrate an economy into wearing clothes like this, right? These Western clothes. They get their stuff custom made, fabrics, shipped from China, and they don't walk in with the same outfit on. And I feel that, companies like Gucci, Louis, all these people like, Hermes and all them have taken that to say, you know what, if we could sell our stuff to Black people, but do it in a way where they're all wearing it. So if they see Diddy or Carisha or them with it, they're all going to wear that. And it's going to be hard to penetrate anything else because subconsciously, this is how we're wired. This is how you sell to the Black people. And this is how you do it generationally. Because when I go to Africa and I'm spending time, they don't wear.
Okay, I'm pausing this here because I see what y'all saying here too. They're like, probably is like, what the F is Tasha K droning about? I just want to scroll back up here in the chat here. Everybody's asking, is Tasha K broke? Yeah. That's what she's talking about her. She's in a long about way. She's asking Boyce Watkins this question about financing thing, what we're going to get into in a second here. But yeah, she lost that lawsuit to Cardi B. So and then on top of that too, she's already put in the request demand for Google to garnish her checks. So her money is being garnished by Google right now. So any money that comes to her AdSense account. So this video here is on YouTube. So any AdSense revenue that she makes off this here, any super chats, super thanks, super stickers that she makes off it here, anything that comes within the Google sphere on her live streams here on her channel that generates money, that is all being taken out and going to Cardi B. Right? But here's the thing though. Just to let you guys know about this YouTube game, that is only one form of revenue that comes off of YouTube here, because YouTube is not getting any kind of advertisement that she gets outside of that, any kind of endorsements that she has outside of that, any kind of product that she sells outside of that. You know what I'm saying? So only thing that, of course, YouTube's getting those checks here. And last time I checked, when they first started garnishing, they did the lookup and there was like 10,000 being taken out right away. She had accumulated 10,000 for that month already, and they had garnished that already. So for anybody wondering, it's like, yo, what is she talking about here? Yeah, she I guess she's relating the point about her being, going through her financial issues right now and being broke here. But yeah, she ain't got it. She ain't got it right now, y'all. And that's a hard, before I go on, guys, do you know how hard it is to build your YouTube channel? Some of y'all don't know. Some of y'all watch and y'all enjoy me or other cats out here. We got a lot of people in the same circles here to watch other channels, right? You guys don't know how hard it is to build your channel, to you in a brand new sphere. Like I work in IT. Like I'm not in content creation, even though that I've been a musician and artist in the past, but this is a whole different field here. To build your channel, you got to get to at least 1,000 subscribers. You got to get 4,000 watch hours. Guys, do you know how much time that is for people to watch your channel? Just a bare minimum entry of 4,000 hours. And then let's fast forward that Tasha K's a heavyweight, guys. You get 1 million subscribers. Hey, man, you have to work hard for that. This ain't the Just Racist Things 1.5 subscribers where she got all those on shorts. Tasha got that by doing her damn thing here. Okay. Ben's like, yes, I do, Dave. And no, it's not for me. So you got to look at the fact that she got to 1 million subscribers and then you built this pinnacle to be a big dog here. And then when you have this situation with her and Cardi B, every time that she makes a video, that goes to Cardi. BT's like, I had to rebuild my channel after it got demonetized. It's not a joke. Facts, brother. Guys, every time this is the way I see about how I look at my channel here and what keeps me pushing and like to use this for guys who are also content creators, especially if you have a monetized channel. I don't care if I make 25 cents, $25, or $250 or $2,500, etc. If it's a net positive, instead of me just sitting on the goddamn couch, I'm gonna take it. But imagine having that mentality, building the channel, and then you're making thousands of dollars, not a month, a week. She's getting it. And then every time that we get paid on the 21st to 26th. So imagine that the 21st rocks on a Monday. You get your email at 10 a.m. saying a deposit just occurred, and then your money is there by noon. But you want to know something? Ain't no deposit because it's going right to Cardi B's bank account. So if y'all wondering about the brokenness, yeah, she got other forms when she goes online. We know that, but that's just on YouTube. I don't know if she's making money off any other platforms. Like I bet she's on Facebook, and then you got that there. I don't know if she has her own TikTok account that she manages, but everything off YouTube, that goes to Cardi. So just want to give you that there, and this what this question could be laying into here. I'll get to y'all super in a second. Let's get back into the video here now.
You rarely see the Africans in suits, right? You see them in their African traditional wear, and it's typically clothes that are custom made for each event. You rarely see them in the same clothes twice. So I feel that it's been kind of taken and used and weaponized against us to the point where we're not making ourselves richer because it's hard to penetrate a continent like Africa that way and keep that money circulating amongst the whites. I mean, they're doing it successfully in some countries, but not all. But for the most part, they're not wearing jeans all the time. They're not wearing these little, these shirts or, all their jewelry is custom. All their clothes is custom. This is how they're funding their weddings versus funding their weddings with a $10,000 Louis Vuitton dress. Do you understand where I'm going here?
Right. Okay. So you're talking about, it sounds like you're talking about the impact of culture, almost like keeping up with the Joneses, where we will, if you see everybody else doing something, a lot of us will do the same thing. Is that kind of what you mean? Like,
but in Africa, it's heavy. Like if I try to go to a wedding with an Americanized dress on, they're gonna look at me like, "Where are you going?" No, get a tailor, get her an African dress. They're very strict about that. Like that, it's in our culture, it's in our DNA, and I feel like being that we've been separated from where we were based on slavery and all that stuff. Now they're able to, basically they've mastered, and they've done it with the beauty supply store. They've done it with.
I don't like this part of the discussion here, guys. I'm gonna fast forward here. I understand the talking point. Thank you, Eric, for that. I know what she was saying though, but I like the context that Eric put in there, and she's right. But for the purpose of this live stream, I don't want to talk about this, so we're gonna fast forward a little bit here.
Kind of are born with these type of insecurity, whereas we're thinking, well, this ain't nothing but music. Everybody can do it, right? We create the best entertainers on earth. We are excellent at any sport you can name. We take it over. We have specialness that's already there before the validation happens, but because they keep that self-esteem low, because you're going maybe to this school, like even me, for example, I'm not a stupid man. I'm good at what I do, but I didn't know that as a kid. So I thought that I needed other people to tell me I was smart before I actually accepted that, right? I thought I was just going to be good at football and basketball. And if I had been raised in an environment where somebody said,
I like to see Boyce Watkins pictures from high school, middle school, because I don't give the impression that he gives the stature of somebody good in basketball or football. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. He ain't the tallest brother in the world. I ain't a tall brother either. Right, Lex up in the building. But if you want to use the analogy about playing basketball and football, you ain't giving you ain't giving the posture, the way you moving and the way you are today. I know we're all older. We don't look the same we are when we're older and we're younger. I'm just saying though, we can kind of look at a glimpse of our old self and say like, hey, okay, I can see you play ball. Okay, I can see probably play ball. I don't get that impression. I get the impression that you're always gonna be in the books. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Leroy's like, boys was shorter than Willie D. You're right, Leroy. Right. Oh, wow, Drew. Oh, Lord. Drew and Sean are going at it. Oh, come on now. I hope y'all ain't going at it. Let me get to these supers here. Shout out to my man Mark with the $2 holla says, is this beta male strategies with Boyce Watkins? Yes, it is, man. This is BMS. Hey, Mark. Salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. I'm going to fast forward some of these parts here, man. Hey, thank you for that holla, Mark. Turn the chat here blue, man, and right back at you, man. Back to back, we got Project Leroy here. Tasha K, bull jiving her way on that topic. Hey, man, stop playing with me, y'all. Leroy and Mark, both of y'all the $2 hollers. Hey, Leroy, salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Turn the chat here blue, y'all. Yeah, BMS, Mark. It's BMS, beta male strategies, not alpha male strategies. Let me do this here. Okay, guys. This is part of the conversation they're going to have here. It's an hour-long live stream here. Like I said, there's going to be some fire. We're going to fast forward here. We're getting into it here. Moist is live action Cleveland Brown. God damn, Tommy. You wildin', man. Hey, man. Brother Drew said, Brookington, I lose sleep working on the craft, fam. Yeah, I hear ya. What's going on, Drew? How you doing over there, man? So another word we don't care, says Vinny. God dizzle, man. All right, let's get back into it, guys. I'm going to fast forward some more here because this is the part of the action here that is not really what I want to discuss here. And that's what happens when you have you can do a live stream. There's going to be some parts where there's going to be a little bit of fodder, but we're going to keep it moving here. So let me fast forward here.
Coverage as is how to, and then don't brag about it and flex it all, because once you start flexing and showing off what you have, you become a target.
Why you think Jay-Z and Diddy and them and Kanye and them are so boisterous about being billionaires? Why do you think they amplify it so much and all their lyrics and everything that they say and do? It's like their badge of honor instead of just making their money, putting it back into the community and moving in silence. Like, why do you think they're just so loud about that?
I'm not
interested. Somebody in this saw either. The power of hip hop. I love bastardized it and turned it into a bunch of bullshit. I think they saw that hip hop had the ability to educate and elevate and mobilize people unlike anything before. And I think around 92, 93, they turned it into, bitches ain't shit, get money, kill black people, disrespect women, like all this other stuff. And I don't think that was an accident, right? So then you got into that crazy, weird, extreme arrogance, materialism. I don't know Jay-Z. I've never met him. I don't have anything against him. But I do know Kanye. I talked to Kanye on the phone a lot. I got tired of it because I said, we're two black men from Chicago. I really don't need you sitting around here telling me how important you are, or, because that's rude. That's disrespect. I'm not telling you how important I am. We're servants to the community. That's what we're supposed to be. And leadership is service. And I don't know if
we know that Kanye is not part of the conversation. She made a point to talk about Jay-Z and Diddy. We already know how Kanye moves. See how he gets easily diverted? Like, of course, to be in Chicago, you say Kanye. I'm just curious how much he really knows Kanye or not. I mean, I ran across Kanye in my circles about 20 years ago when he first popped off and everything. So, but it's just easy how he just gets easily diverted. We're talking about Jay-Z, and I get that Kanye could be part of the conversation, but Kanye's the exception. Kanye been talking like Kanye before he had money, right? If you out here, Kanye been moving the way Kanye had. He just lost his goddamn mind even worse for the last 5 to 7 years. Kanye's been Kanye. Kanye in 2002 is the same as Kanye in 2000. It's the same as Kanye in 2005. The only thing that the money did was accentuate the way Kanye was. But he's always been the same, guys. Kanye's never been different. So this is what I talk about, how someone who's very, very book smart wise, right? But he's like, I know Kanye. He keeps talking about himself like that. Kanye's always talked about himself. As a teenager, Kanye talked about himself here. So I'm driving this point home here to showcase that, once again, Boyce Watkins doesn't stay on the prize here, because it doesn't stay on the subject here, because Kanye's an outlier. If we want to have this conversation, we can't have Kanye because he's always been like this before the money. You know what I'm saying? But what do I know? This is a YouTuber. Let me hear some more what you got to say here.
If Kanye gets that, maybe he gets it in his own way, but it wasn't a comfortable conversation because, I said, you live in that car.
And by the way, too, meeting Kanye, knowing Kanye back in the day before everything popped off, and knowing how Kanye is here. Reason why I'm going in on this here, because he's the exception. Every conversation with Kanye is hard. Every conversation with Kanye is a hard conversation, guys. Lord have mercy. So you see how he's going on a tangent. Now he's going to continue with Kanye, and I guess he's going to talk about who he knows. But that's my thing here. It's like, how about apply this part here to somebody who doesn't always talk about themselves before the money came? You see what I'm saying?
Kardashian crazy world where people pay you all this money and validate these weird ideas that you're the most significant human being on the planet. And I think that's good for you, but I think you have a bigger job to do. Your community needs you. And so one example I'll give is I'll say, if you look at white billionaires like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos created over a million jobs for his people. Elon Musk created about 1 million jobs for his people. Name one rapper who has created at least 100,000 jobs for the Black community. You cannot name one. You cannot name one. So my feeling is, look, I'm happy that you got
even
your
in
money.
the hair industry, because they're making a lot of money, these Black-owned hair companies and stuff. You don't think so?
Not any rapper. Now, I'm not talking about
I see what you're saying.
I'm not talking about the business people.
Rapper. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure
Right.
I'm sure the Bonner brothers or whatever can say that they created jobs. I met one of those guys and they seem very nice and community oriented. Whereas with rappers, it's kind of weird because, and this is a reflection of our low self-esteem. So
I want to stop that here. I'm glad Eric, see, I need you guys to chime in, guys. This is a conversation because he's right and wrong at the same time. Eric says, but there's a big difference. I know it's like type, but no biggie, brother. There's a big difference between hip hop of KRS-One and Chuck D and what we have now. Facts, man. Like, we're trying to compare cultures and society here. Like, if we're having the same conversation when hip hop first started, but what he tried to describe it was off too, because we had these transitions when hip hop first started. I know a lot of people didn't watch it. I watched the BET Awards only because of the hip hop celebration of Busta Rhymes. That was the only reason why I watched it, guys. Don't get on my case watching BET. I wanted to see Busta get his flowers. Say what you want to say about BET here. I want to see the man who helped shape my hip hop, early hood here. I love Busta Rhymes, guys. So he got his flowers. Shout out to Busta, right? And so when talking about musicians, I'm just curious here. How many musicians really get back in their communities? Thank you for this up here, Eric, but I want to ask this question here. Do musicians in all communities really get back to, in all cultures, get back to their community? I'm just wondering, like, do country music stars get back to their community? Do pop stars get back to their community? What's going on, Keith? Good to see you, man. I'm just saying, if we think about every genre of music, musicians, top of their game, are we only singling rappers? Or what about all musicians? Because last time I checked, all musicians get the bag, and then you got a few that make that money last so they get old. Some of them, they get broke, but then they find they're founding the youth because they're able to go on tour, and so they just toured to they 50, 60, and 70, looking old as hell on stage, but they making money. And only a select few at the top really is maintaining their foothold on the industry and got that bag. Most musicians get their money and they broke. White, black, doesn't matter. Don't matter community. I see, and when we hear about musicians, I think, oh man, if they don't have no one in their corners properly, they'll be broke in a hurry, guys. One hit, one, we see it all the time here. So my question is, I know rap is not what it's supposed to be. I'm not here trying to give an out for hip hop music right now. I'm not trying to give it out for hip hop. I want to ask a question. We know what goes on in rap culture, but it's all the other cultures of musicians giving back. And the reason why I said musicians, because he is lifting Jeff Bezos, entrepreneur, and he's not the full owner of Amazon, but he started Amazon. I remember back in the day, guys, when the Amazon first got started, and CD Now, I used to get all my CDs from cdnow.com. And when Amazon bought cdnow.com, I knew there was a change going, guys. I'm showing my age, guys, right? But he named Jeff Bezos. He named, did he name Apple? He named entrepreneurs and CEOs and compared that to musicians. So is this really a good faith argument discussion here? Someone who's so smart, and he got more degrees than me, He got more paper. He got more paper on his wall than I do. But then when this conversation comes up here, it's like, yo, we talking about how many rappers giving back to community. I said, okay, then let's do some homework here. How many other musicians and other cultures are doing the same thing? Do they keep their money from themselves? Are they living a high life? They may not be braggadocious about it, but they're buying the things looking braggadocious here. They got the big ass houses in California and Bel Air and Palo Altos, things of that nature. They're flying in private planes. When we see them, they may not talk about it, but do we see them live that lifestyle? I think that's the difference between black people and rappers and every other group here. And all these musicians are living the same lifestyle. The only difference is the black rappers are talking about it, but they're all goddamn neighbors. Am I right or wrong? Are all these musicians, they live in California, aren't they all neighbors? And if they're not buying, they're renting, and they're all neighbors in the same area, guys. So this is not me defending rappers. This is me showcasing that he is not bringing good faith points here to a major argument or major discussions that needs to happen in the black community, guys. Hold on, let me get to these supers here. Shouts my man Quick with the $1.99, $2 holla saying Moist was good at pandering and eating. God, this was quick. Hey, Quick, turn the chat blue here, brother. Hey, man, salute. Thank you for the holla, man. I appreciate you, Quick. I appreciate you, man. Y'all loving this Boyce Watkins, man. I'm telling you. Look at Team Peterson. He said MC Hammer hired at least 200 people. That's true. He went broke doing it too, didn't he? He over here trying to save the community. And back in, was it 89? That was back in 89 trying to save the community. And then when he filed for bankruptcy, what happened? They all left Hammer's ass. Oh, Hammer broke right now. Hammer ain't kept his word. What are we supposed to do now? How we gonna eat, Hammer? You took us out of Oakland. We out here dancing in over here in the UK now. Now you can't pay us. What you gonna do for us, Hammer? Hammer's like, yo, I paid y'all well and got you out the hood, and y'all see opportunities. You see the world now. What else do you want? You know what I mean? I appreciate that. We'll put that in the chat here about Hammer, man. Vinny says, good point. Yeah, because we're gonna get back to the video now. I'm gonna get to those super, but here's the issue that I have here. He doesn't give comments in good faith. He's all over the place here. Because the proper dialogue would be Aerosmith. What does Aerosmith do compared to these other artists here? Or Led Zeppelin? Or if we want to go recent, what does Lenny Kravitz do? You know, if we want to talk about someone, a person of color who's black. Or what does Avril Lavigne do? What's her name's name? I forgot her name. She was dating Tyga, wasn't she? What are they doing with their money, right? Why don't we name other musicians compared to rappers and not musicians compared to billionaire entrepreneurs? And even with Kanye West, is he really an artist anymore? Like, he makes music, but he makes music when he feels like it. He's more of, I'm a genius and I'm gonna make shoes and clothes. Thank you, Ava. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate it. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Tommy. Put it in the chat. You know what I'm saying here? So that's the problem when people have these discussions here and we're not being forthright here. Like, how do we have good conversations when the comparison to the black side of it, of course, we got issues. We gotta work on our issues, but we're at the low of the totem pole here, and we're making comparisons in another field, another section here at the top of the totem pole here. It doesn't make any sense. Shout out to my man here, Mo Hinton. Check it out, man. He's the lead supporter for today here with the $19.99 holla. God dizzle, Mo. Turn the chat orange and check it out. Mo ain't got no questions. No comments. My man Mo dropped that for the love of the straight game on Friday, y'all. Hey, Mo, brother. Dropping that orange. Salute. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Hey, just like Mo, y'all contribute the same here to this live stream, guys. I appreciate you, Mo. Man, you're supporting heavy, baby. You're supporting heavy. Let's see here. Dell's like, I just don't understand why blacks always got to give back. Dell, that is a good question. That's a good comment, Dell. I gotta leave Mo out here because he's the top supporter right now. But let me just give one more item on that here. Why is it that I bust my ass as a young kid? I follow my parents' instructions. I listen to my father. I go ahead and then from a kid to middle school to high school, I do what I'm supposed to do here. I go to college, even though I may not graduate, I work my ass off. I built myself to be the best man that I can be for me. and then go ahead and you start your own family, and then you come successful in your own right. You're not struggling for money. You're taking care of yours, your family. You're doing right. You're doing well. You're not living paycheck to paycheck. So now that I'm doing good now, I'm supposed to give my money back to the community. No. And my thing is, if I gave money back to the community, I wouldn't have my daughter's college fund right now. All my money that I save outside, here's the thing here. After I pay all my bills and I pay myself, that's a big thing, guys, when it comes to financial wealth here. You got to pay yourself. You got to pay yourself before you do anything else. You pay yourself, you pay your bills, right? And then you can go ahead and live. So by me paying myself, paying my bills, saving and stacking everything up, I'm putting money away for retirement. I'm putting away for a day that I know I can't work no more. I'm putting money away for my daughter because I want to make sure the fact that even if she don't go to college, I know that she's going to be all right. She don't got to be worried about saying, oh, I can't go to school, because she's going to go to, I know for a fact, unless she gets a full ride scholarship, she's going to junior college for at least a year. We ain't going to pay them outrageous tuition fees for no goddamn reason. Going to pay $500 a credit out for some damn English class you can get for $55. Man, stop playing with me on that. But after I do all these things here, I'm supposed to give whatever's left for me to the community. And I have no problem if you give to the community. But my thing is, why do we have to be guilt tripped into it? You know what I'm saying, Del? As you bring that up, why do we gotta be moved to poverty pimping? That's what happens when people talk like this here. You're trying to poverty pimp us. Oh, you're doing well, brother. You might as well go ahead and help out here. I know what's going on here. If I'm going to give back, I'm going to give back from my heart here, but don't try to pimp me into giving back here. But I'm curious, though, do we see that in other races and cultures? Because one thing for a fact, we don't see that crap happening in white America. Hey, white America got their own broke down society as well. And we don't hear white America say, we got to give back to the rednecks. Hold on. Did y'all hear me? Do y'all hear white America? Do you hear Jeff Bezos and saying, we got to give back to the people in Alabama and Arkansas? We got to give back to the people who ain't got no running water. I don't hear that. And if y'all do, please send it to me, because then I'll say, I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to just hear one person say it. I need to hear it on a demonstrous level the way that we hear it in the Black community. Oh my God, look at you, Dave. Look at you, Smoking Talk. Look at you, Sheila. Look at you, Vince. Look at you, Tommy Peterson. Look at you, Vinny. Look at you, Shauna. Look at you, Brian. Look at you, Leroy. All y'all doing good. Now, I need all of y'all to give money back to y'all local communities, because that's the right thing to do. You're right, Del. You're so right. I don't know why we're the only culture that guilts us into giving back. And you want to know something as we get back into the discussion here? That's why people don't give back. You can guilt people to doing it here, but people behind the scenes like, I'm not going to be guilted to doing this here. Matter of fact, people going to double down and say, nah, I ain't doing it. Can't get me to do it, dog. That's what goes on here. You poverty pimp us here to giving, where people say, nah, I don't want to do it. You're not going to poverty pimp me here. Dave, why you have to bring Arkansas into this? Hey, Rod, don't get mad at me. Hell, wealthy white folks still in too, hence Mississippi. Hey, Vince, shout out to your boy Brett Favre. Hey, where's Brett Favre for his white community? He took welfare funds from one of, if not the poorest states in our union, to build a goddamn volleyball stadium for his girls' volleyball team in college, guys. We got white people who are stealing from the welfare fund. And in Mississippi, that welfare fund goes to blacks and whites. It's the poorest state, not because of black folks. It's the poorest state because everybody's broke in Mississippi. But hey, We're talking about rappers and comparing rappers to Jeff Bezos. We're comparing rappers to Jeff Bezos. We're comparing the hip-hop culture to Amazon. That's the discussion here. This is how disingenuous this is here. We're comparing Amazon to the music culture and community. That's what we're doing here. That's why we can't get nothing here. That's why we can't work together. Because when the conversations come up, we're all over the goddamn place. You're right, Vinny. If anything, Brett Favre is suing people for talking about him. Brett Favre is doubling down, and he's suing Shannon Sharpe and everybody else here. I know I stole funds, but you talked about me, so I'm suing you. Mark's like, why people get back to animals? Shout out to Sally Struthers. Was it Sally Struthers with the cats? There's a pencil in his ear. Shout out to Shantae. What's going on, Shantae? In the building, dropping the $4.99, $5 holla. Turn the chat green here. My girl got one word. Hey. What's going on, Shantae? How you doing, girl? Good to see you. Shantae in the building. Hey, you know how we do, Shantae. Salud. Thank you for the holla. Hope you appreciate this stream here. We still cooking. We still going here. Thank you for that holla. And right back at you, Shantae, right back to back. Randall gave the same amount too as well with the $5 holla. Turn the chat here green saying passport and plane tickets. Hey, brother Randall. Salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Turn the chat green here. I appreciate y'all. If people don't me to appreciate y'all super chats, I read them on the screen here and make sure I gotta get them out here, guys, because y'all dropping y'all hard-earned money. I don't care if it's 99 cents, $1.99, $4.99, or $5. Y'all supporting the cause. So know what that means. I gotta read them out and see what y'all gotta say here because y'all wanted to be made known here. Thank you, Rando. Thank you, Shantae. I appreciate the $5 hollers. Thank you. Says, watch it, Dave. You better say allegedly a Brett Favre before you get sued. Hey, Alan King, he stole them funds. This ain't no allegedly. He got them funds. He on tape. He just trying to run the shot clock down. Hey, Alan, he on tape. They got his audio. He just trying to run the shot. See, he got good lawyers to run the shot clock down. It's been happening so long ago, we forgot about it. Hey, man. Yeah, nice seeing you too, Shantae. Glad you're here. Let's get back into it here. Let's hear some more, guys. I had to stop that here. We'll let it play some more here. But like I said here, we're comparing the music community to entrepreneurship and IT, engineering, and as far as e-commerce. That's what Amazon is, e-commerce, IT, B2B solutions, applications. We can go on a gambit. That's got nothing to do with the music culture, music community. But let's go. Let's continue. Let's hear some more, guys.
I gotta sit here and listen to this record where you're constantly telling me how you're better than me and you're better. I'm better than you and I'm this and I'm that. That is very immature, low vibrational thinking, right? Because it's one thing. Don't get me wrong.
Really?
Everybody wants to, especially the men, because we got our egos. You know, we want to feel like we're the man. But that's some shit you do when you're like in your 20s, when you're trying to prove to the world that you are somebody. Then you hit a point where you're supposed to go up the ladder where you say, okay, I'm confident in who I am. I've accomplished something. Now it's time for me to go full circle and commit myself to something bigger than myself, where I'm, you know, maybe I'm a vessel of God or whatever it is you want to be. But what happens with hip hop is they keep these men as little boys. So you'll hear a 45-year-old man rapping like a child, you know, because because America wants the black man to remain either a little boy or a little girl or ignorant or whatever. That's what they want from black men. So my challenge to the rappers is, and this is what I like about Jay-Z. I think Jay-Z kind of acknowledged some of this. Remember when Jay-Z said, I'm not going to wear these big old jerseys no more. I'm starting.
Hold on, let me pause here. I'm going to cook on this here. Shout out to Theo. What's popping, Theo? Theo coming in with the $10 holla. Turn the chat yellow here. He just came out. I have to recognize this one here. Shout out to my brother here. Dave showing some love real quick. I'll have to start my stream soon. I'm out. See y'all there if y'all can. Hey, Theo. Hey, brother. Salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you turning the chat here yellow. Hey, Theo. Congratulations on 50K, brother. Congratulations on 50K. Guys, you know what mutual respect I have for Theo? I was going to do my live stream at 6 Eastern. I saw Theo's going on at 6 Eastern. So you know what I said? There's no hate in my heart. I got nothing but love for this brother here. And he is killing in the game here. And I decided to move my live stream at a time that I never live stream to give myself an hour and a half head start so I can get done faster so I can let Theo go ahead and cook for a 50,000 celebration. Because I ain't competing with Theo. Me and him ain't competing. If anything, we work together to help each other out. And I recognize that this is a big, huge celebration, and a lot of my people who support me also rock with Theo as well. So let you know the kind of guy that I am. I could easily say, hey, you know what, I don't care. Theo's my guy, but I got to do my thing. This is my channel. This is my show. I'm going to do what it's going to be, what it's going to be here. But the mutual respect that I have for my brother here, I say, you know what I'm going to do here? I'll move mine an hour and a half here. Not because I'm a punk, because like, you know what, though? He accomplished something big here, and I want him to appreciate that and let him know it's all love over here, brother. I appreciate the holla, man, and thank you, man. I appreciate you, Theo. That's what's good. Yeah, man, that's right, Rod. Mr. Goodbread in the building, man. He got to go do his live stream. Hey, Theo, when I get done here, we're going to your live stream. Okay, guys, y'all rock with me. All right. But after the fact here, when we get done, we'll go to Theo's chat. Right, Goodbread. Let me ask this question, guys. I'm glad I stopped it there. I'm glad Theo dropped me that super. Check it out. You got 30 minutes. Oh, no, I ain't stopping because of that. I'm still cooking. I got to do my thing. I moved my show. I'm not canceling my show. I'm a man here at the end of the day, guys. I still got to do me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Theo, good bread. People again, guys. How many outside of Jay-Z and 2 Chainz and Kanye, how many 45-year-old rappers are out there? Because we got to have a real conversation if he's really going to make these points here. How many 40-plus-year-old rappers are on top of the game right now? Well, how many are really in the game outside of those? And then how many ones are in the game that's killing it right now? We got to have a real conversation about this here because I think this is disingenuous here. I'm gonna break down like disingenuous here. Mace don't rap no more, Vince. He do a podcast with Cameron. They talk sports now. Hey, Mace. Hey, Vince. Mace doing sports commentary now with Cameron. Future's not even 40, Julian. Future's not even close to 40. Come on. I said over 40, guys. Over 40. Eric says they're dead. Ah, damn, Eric. Come on, they're dead. Hey, come on. Hey, Pooh Man, when's the last time you seen Eminem drop an album? It's been a couple of years. And Eminem doesn't even tour anymore. He'll drop an album and then go. He dropped like 3 albums that haven't been toured, hasn't he? Sitting here waiting. I don't want the exceptions. I want the rule. 39 is not 40, Julian. I said over 40. He said 45. We're splitting hairs here. I'm waiting to see what y'all going to say here. Key put the Mount Rushmore up here. I like the West Coast Mount Rushmore. That sports podcast of Mace is nuts. Yeah, I know, man. It is kind of funny with him and Cameron. I hung out with Cameron a long time ago, guys. I used to work at Menards, and I was working 2 jobs. I worked part-time at Menards during the day, and I was working at the Marriott at night. And my old manager was best friends with Cameron, and I got them a bunch of hotel rooms for the night. Oh, that was a crazy night. We're not talking about the exceptions, not the rule pool, man. Nas and Jay-Z, we threw those guys out there already. See, the fact that the chat is quiet right now, there is not that outside of the ones who are there. Those are the GOATs. Nas is the GOAT. Nasir Jones is the GOAT. Jay-Z is a GOAT, right? You know, everybody who we're going to talk about are GOATs. We're talking about the common rapper. And reason why I'm doing this here, Dre's not a rapper. Dre's a producer. And when he does rap, Kendrick writes his rhymes and he goes and spits it. He don't tour on that joints. The only time you saw Dre perform at the Super Bowl, and that was it. Special events, baby. Ludacris, an actor. When's the last time you saw Luda drop a full album, go on tour with that bad boy? When's the last time you saw Luda drop a full-fledged album, promoted it, dropped videos for it, and went on tour for it? He's a full-fledged actor now. He'll do a song. He'll get in the studio and feel the need to drop a track and put it out there. He's like, yo, I still got it, y'all. I'm Luda. Luda. You know, I love it. I'm a big Ludacris fan. He'll go out there and drop a song that's let you. He even said, well, you know, I still got it. He an actor now. See, here's the thing. Here's where I got you guys at here. Y'all are only naming the greats. I'm talking about current rappers. We're going to get into it now. I'm talking about current rappers, regular rappers, guys who are charting the top 10, top 20, top 100, guys who are currently dropping albums right now, who are regular contributors to the music game. The answer is none. You take the GOATs out of it here, the regular average rapper is none. And this is what I'm saying. This is a disingenuous conversation, guys, that he's saying here. He said that they want to keep our guys young like kids. Hip-hop is a young man's game. Let me repeat this again to you guys. Hip-hop is a young man's game. Hold on, no. Let me rephrase that. Music is a young man and a young woman's game. Music is a young man and a young woman's game. We have older artists who are still in it to make money because they have a base, but they're not making continuous hits. They're touring off their catalog. Hence, when you see like BBD, you know, like New Edition, you know, Belle Biv DeVoe, you will see like Bobby Brown. They got enough albums combined where they have a brand with their name, Bobby Brown, New Edition, BBD, where they'll go on tour for a few months, make a couple $100,000 a piece, give or take, do that for about 2 or 3 months, come back home and chill. They made enough money for the year to live comfortably. Right? The old school artists ain't making albums and doing that here. They're making money off their catalog. So for him to say that they're trying to keep these black kids young, no, it's a hip-hop. Music's always been a young person's game. The difference now with streaming is people are able to tour more and able to drop 1 or 2 songs off of streaming and then go ahead and tour off their catalog here. What he's saying is wrong and disingenuous here. Because rappers, you don't see old rappers come out the blue to say, hey, here's this 45-year-old rapper. He got a new album out. No. All the older rappers already been here, established, and lived off their catalog. There is not no new rappers that's coming in their 40s. They're not trying to keep black men young. They're already young. This is a man who doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He is just saying things because he's only regurgitating the same old talking points that we've been hearing here throughout the last 10, 15 years of society here when it comes to music and hip hop. Likes up in the building, guys. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about here. Are there issues in hip hop? Hell yeah. But that's not the conversation. The conversation is what he started adding that doesn't add up. You don't see all the new rappers you're seeing are new rappers. NBA Youngboy, you know, NBA, all the NBAs and the YNW, all them cats are in their teens and 20s. All the top artists new artists are in their teens and 20s. All the legacy acts have already been here, but they already been established. They've been here. They're the top. We don't talk about the exceptions, the guys who are on top of the world, top of the food chain. We don't talk about in the other communities. Do we talk about Led Zeppelin like that? No. Do they talk about Guns N' Roses like that? No. They talk about how great they are to keep touring after all these years. So he is not able to even bring a concise, proper argument to space here because these rappers don't exist. You're going to have a few older guys do their thing here. You're going to have some cats in the hood who like, yo, I'm going to be a rapper one day. We ain't talking about them. Eric's like, we have lost a lot of entertainers, people that should be in their 30s. That's facts, Eric. That's fact. Let's let it play some more, guys. I stopped that only because Theo dropped the super, but what he said is not correct. we're not keeping them young. Rappers are already young. And then we're about to come back in here. He's talking about how Jay-Z changed. Yeah, Jay-Z's changed here. I don't know what he's going to say about Jay-Z, but Jay-Z don't be dropping albums like that anymore. We want to compare the top to everybody else here. And not everybody make it to their 40s in the hip-hop game. You know? Let's continue, guys.
Start wearing suits. And they got mad at him because they were selling so many jerseys. Well, I respect that. That was him saying, I want to evolve. I don't want to remain, the same guy I was in 1997. So you can critique Jay for certain things for sure, but I can also applaud the fact that he is willing to present an image to the world of a black man as a grown man, not as a little boy, not as the white man's sidekick, not as a beta male, not as a little girl. So there's progress being made, and I hope more progress gets made. Like for example, guys like Killer Mike, I think care about people, and I met with Mike in Atlanta this week, and he's trying to do stuff in the community, and even Kevin Samuels. You mentioned Kevin. I like Kevin. The one time he did a video about me, and it was very favorable and positive, and so I have nothing against him in that way. The only challenge that I had with Kevin was I said, it seems to me that the world is rewarding you for not everything that you say, not all the intelligent things you say. They really love it when you beat up on a black woman. Like they really love it when you tell single.
Here we go again, Mr. Pandering Boyce Watkins beating up Kevin Samuels. He got big. He blew up for beating up black women. He didn't beat up black women. These women asked for his honest assessment. Kevin didn't volunteer to say what he say about those women. These women would click on the Zoom link. They would click on the StreamYard link. And they would ask him questions. They volunteered to be on the show. And then when we get to the rating system, he doesn't rate them. He would ask them to rate themselves, and then he would comment. You see, by him saying, oh, he's beating up women, how do you beat up somebody who volunteers to be asked certain questions about a man who has no filter? Kevin Samuels had no filter and told it like it is. Willie says, Dave, I respect you more than this clown. At least you have something I want to hear. Hey, all right, thanks, Willie. Appreciate you. See, the women who came on Kevin's show, Kevin didn't beg these women to come on. They volunteered. And then they asked for his honest assessment and an opinion here. So how's he been? What blew up Kevin Samuels? And we want to talk about that before we move on here real fast here. The Average at Best video. People only remember the fact that he called her average at best and broke down why she was average at best. But we don't look at the first 15 minutes of that video when he was doing the show and then she kept hijacking and changing the conversation. He's like, no, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this. And she kept asking him to rate her. And he's like, you rate yourself. And then it went from there. You see, this is how stuff that people want to take their own narrative and push the wrong way here. That was like, Kevin told them the truth. You know, the thing women always say they didn't want the truth. Exactly. You have to watch the entire podcast and not just a viral clip. Kevin gave a lot of good advice, recommendation. Exactly, Clifton. Exactly. You see, Kevin didn't beat nobody up. Because here's the thing here. If these women don't volunteer to click on the link, then Kevin Samuels cannot give them an assessment. And even with the assessment, they asked for it. Remember that, guys. Let's continue now. Let's see what more of the simp action he's going to say about Kevin Samuels beating up on women.
Single black women that they're going to die alone. I said that is the most horrific shit that you can ever say to anybody, because I know women that are going to die alone. And it's not because they're bad people. It's because there is a statistical imbalance between the number of marriage eligible black men and marriage eligible black women. So a lot of women, due to no fault of their own, they're doing their best. The options just aren't what they used to be. And I really think that there could have been a nicer way to say that. So that was my own.
Oh, you want your feelings placated, Dr. Boyce Watkins. Now we get it. See, he ain't saying it was wrong how Kevin Samuels say get a dog and cat and die alone. He don't like the way it was said. Guys, did y'all hear that? So he does not disagree with Kevin Samuels. He's acting like a woman who says, can you just say it better? That hurts. Oh, that sounds so bad. If it's true, damn it. Guys, if something is true, then why are you getting mad at the messenger for? If something is facts, why are you getting mad at the messenger for? It's like some women just don't have the options. Well, if they're a single mother, depending on the situation here, they created those circumstances. So you can't get mad at people making decisions that is making their lives harder. Some women do get played by Pookie and Ray Ray. But here's the thing. Women are adults and they choose Pookie and Ray Ray. Let's hear some more, guys.
My only bone to pick with him, and I know people may have been.
He had been saying it nice, and a lot of people didn't understand. Like, he used to critique black men much harsher.
Wow, Tasha!
Before black women started, and I think that's why black women started to follow him. But then when black women wanted to go in and ask the questions, he got honest. He was like, "Listen, this ain't something I just started doing yesterday. I was doing this I've seen him rip down a black man like." You want this lady to do what for you and what for you? And how much do you make? How big is your dick? What type of car do you drive? Go get yourself together and come back and approach the woman. Then you can talk about what you feel like a woman should and shouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're now, that man that she respects. Be somebody that a woman respects. But then when the women was applauding that, because it was a black woman that was like, yeah, Kevin, yeah, get his ass. Get that nigga. Now when the coin is flipped, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, wait a minute. But of course.
You see, he ain't got nothing to say on that. He ain't pushing back on Tasha. Because the very first part of this interview here, you saw how the punches a punk when he talked about the Cardi B and Tasha K situation about the lawsuit here. And Tasha K actually is spitting facts here. Because here's one thing we could say about this here. Tasha K owned up the fact that she had a lot of respect for Kevin Samuels. They did that interview, which was pretty good together. Now, even though they're on opposite sides of their content while he was still alive here, she said behind the scenes, he was cool. O'Shea even said a few things about Tasha K and Kevin Samuels, right? But you saw how he tried to put this narrative out here, and then what did she do? She's like, hold on here. He was hard on these dudes way before he talking about these women here. So the point that I don't know what's going to say here after this point here. I want to know after this point here, will Boyce Watkins say that's good, or are we going to say he should talk to men like this? Kevin Samuels talked worse to men for 4.5 and 5 years before he broke off, and then he became kind of say mainstream, where that the women were in the chats. He was way harder on men. And Tasha K gave that example. He told this one guy, I did a reaction video on a while back last year. He said, you're short, you're fat, you don't make no money, you're out of shape, you act like you got feminine behavior, and you got a little dick. Hey man, you ain't getting nothing out of here. Like I said, he is pandering to women. Oh, he could have said it better. And then Tasha K came in saying he was worse on dudes. And what's he doing? He didn't push back on it. If you saw his face, he was just sitting there. He had a scowl face, and then he started laughing when she started cracking the jokes in there. See, people want to take the shots at Kevin when he gave women honesty. Tasha K even said it first. He was honest. So if he was honest and keeping it honest here, then why are you not doing the same thing when he talked about men here? See, that's the problem here is, you're doing two sides of the coin here. Oh, he could have said it nice to women. So how do you feel about how he talked to men? Should he set the same tone? Or do you think he was too hard as well? That's why we can't take him seriously here. That's why we can't take this man seriously here. I'll get to y'all super in a second. Let's continue.
Of course. But here's the thing. A lot of the platforms, and I was talking to, Ms. Jonesy about this. A lot of our, when we see these platforms, they're male dominated. Yeah, we have Jennifer Hudson, Sherry Shepherd, me, and stuff like that. But majority of podcasts and things like that are elevated by men. Men hold the token when it comes to talk shows, podcasts, educating the masses, and things like that. And they'll let a few women in. And when we're in, we're just talking about that. We can say the slightest thing, especially as a black woman, we're canceled all day. But a black man can smell seeds, say how sexy you are, do whatever, God knows what, threaten to shoot you on live. His program is still running. You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely a bias in that. But you know,
that's not true, Tasha. Okay. Hey guys, this is off here. You want to know why? I'm gonna bring us up to the big box for a second. Big box time. The manosphere is under fire by Congress. I left the manosphere before this happened here. Right, Black, I don't agree with that here. Because men, when we say something, it's a wrap. We're in front of Congress right now. It's not like we can say anything we want, nothing's going to happen. No, YouTube channels get taken down for having the wrong viewpoints. If you say the wrong words on YouTube, you get demonetized. Reason why I have my censor button, but at a certain time I don't care, you know, if y'all supporting and y'all giving heavy here, I don't care about the monetization at the time. I've let it rock and let it roll here, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, though, that's not even the case at all. No, women get away with more than that here. Because let's look at Cynthia G. There is no way that any man can say what Cynthia G says and keep their channel. There is no way, because she can say that, but Cynthia G gets away with all the things she said here, and nothing happens except for getting hacked. So I want to put that out there that I agree with her about Kevin Samuels, but then she want to get into this point about how men, you know, generate the podcast things. Yeah, we may generate the podcast, but we do get taken down. Say the wrong thing, get reported. It's getting taken down, guys. Videos get demonetized. It happens all the damn time, guys. You know. Lee Rose, I'm glad her channel got hacked. Yeah, man. Shout out to Eric here with the $2 holla. Turn the chat here blue saying Kevin Samuels told the truth. That's why he's the GOAT. Back, DJ. Back, brother. Hey, Eric, you got another one here, but the first one here is Salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. I got you back to back here. So you came right back with another $2 holla. Turn the chat here blue saying women are bad for poor decisions in their choices. Hey, man. EJ, salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to get back into the video now and bring up the big box here and everything. But here's the thing. That's right, Black as Night. We are canceled on YouTube. That's not an issue. We're in front of Congress. Before all this happened, I was like, nah, I have a lot of these talking points here, but there are certain things that's like, I don't feel that way. You know, I'm like, I'm a man. I agree with the points here. I support my brothers here, but I'm not part of this sphere here, this sector, because Congress is taking this shit down. And you know what? It ain't just a regular cast who's speaking the good points here. It's the incels. It's the black pill content. If that's you, that's you. I got no beef with y'all. I'm just letting y'all know Congress is coming for y'all. The American government is coming for y'all. You know that the product leads for TikTok and YouTube was in front of Congress, in front of Capitol Hill, about the manosphere and about the toxic verbiage that's being used in these YouTube and other social media platforms. So the fact that they had both major social media platforms, their product managers and their heads in front of Congress and saying, what are y'all going to do about this? They showcasing that. And you know what happened right after that? You saw Andrew Tate getting kicked off. You saw Sneakle getting kicked off. And you saw other people who were moving that same direction, getting their channel demonetized, all in that same fashion, guys. See you, Clifton. Gotta cut that grass, man. I hear you. So yeah, that point where she's off. Let's get back to the video, guys. Let's get back to it.
You know, and I just feel that's why Kevin got amplified more, is because a lot of men dominate these podcast spaces, and it's like, get these bitches. They ain't this, they ain't that. You know what I'm saying? But if we had more women in the space like me, I feel like those conversations would be amplified more on men calling out other men, you know, such as you, Dr. Umar Johnson, and others. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, I think that what Kevin,
before I go on here, before he even tried to give his 2 cents in here, Kevin got magnified because of women. See, she was right about the first 4.5, 5 years when Kevin was on. He talked strictly about men and how men do the best thing they do here. He had a channel that was monetized. He was making money, but it wasn't to the point where he had that when these women were calling in. And it was because that he focused on having these conversations with women and within the relationships between black men and black women, not just focusing on what black men need to do and how we need to elevate. As soon as he made that pivot, that's when he blew up. See, Tasha K got this wrong here. He blew up because the women came into the chats. He blew up because women clicked on the link. He blew up because he was honest to women, and women got in their feelings. They wanted to click on the watch link to say, who is this guy? Why is he able to talk like this here? And then when so many women clicked on the link to watch that, so many women saying, hey, you know what? He's not right. I'm a woman who don't think this way, but I see all these crazy women out here, and these women need to be told straight here. And then the men were there too, waiting for this. Is like, yes, Kevin, yes, tell these women off here too as well. And then you have it where that these women say, who the hell is he? Who does he think he is? Who can talk like women like this here? It was the perfect storm, Tasha K, that you're missing here. Men always supported Kevin. That was always going to be there, but it didn't put him over the top. It was the women started watching him, and then the men championed it, and the women who championed it, and the women who said, who the hell is he? I like to call it the Floyd Mayweather effect. They pay to see the man win. Like I was a fan when I was going to the fights in Vegas in the 2010s, but more people bought the pay-per-views and then went to the fights to see the man lose. Once you get all the aspect of it here, that's when you blow up here. He was doing just only the men, pause, and then that's how he had a decent channel. When the women came in, it just took off. That's the issue. Let's go.
Kevin, at least from what I heard from the men that really follow Kevin.
There we go. What he's
and I told them that they should listen because I believe you are better off when you hear all the perspectives on the topic. I like listening to people that disagree with me more than I like to listen to people that agree with me because I want to understand how to see it, the issue from different angles, right? So what I saw was a lot of pain. I saw a lot of pain from men that have gone through things where nobody cares. You know, nobody knows the pain of a man who loses access to his children, or he's doing his best as a husband, and then you get a divorce and you got to move out of the house with your kids. Like that's really, really painful. So these men had a lot of pain, but the thing I challenged him on is I said, you got to express your pain in a way that's going to be healthy and protective of the community. Because Black women, we know Black women go through pain. Lord Jesus, I mean, it's terrible, and my wife.
Why we got to be healthy to the community when the community's not healthy to us? You see, he's trying to say that if you're feeling some type of way, that if you're hurt, you need to have the wherewithal to speak about your hurt or how you bring it out in a way that doesn't hurt others. And in the cases of some people, when people are hurt, they're not thinking of the others who they're hurting. But that ain't the case here. We're gonna let him play here, but he's gonna act like all these men here are hurt and that we're hurting the community when we speak up here. No. How about we need more men to speak up here? We need more men to talk about all the issues here. I'm tired of people sending, I appreciate it, but it can't be just one person like me get all these emails from guys saying, Dave, I need someone to talk to. Will you listen to me? I get these emails. I get these conversations, guys. I get the men in my inboxes here say, hey, Dave, man, I just need someone to talk to. This woman did X, Y, and Z today. I lost my retirement account here. X, Y, she divorced me, took the kids. I got these emails, guys, and I'm a small YouTuber. I just cracked 17.4. I ain't a big dog in this game like this. I got a decent size, but I'm not huge. And then you're going to try to say that men need to find a way to talk about it better? I get what he's saying here, but at the same time, though, do you even hear what the hell he's saying? Do hurt people even, let's say we want to go to the hurtest of hurt people. Do they even have the mental wherewithal saying, oh, well, don't let me do this. I don't want to hurt the community. Do you know any woman who's hurt that thinks like that? Oh, I don't want to hurt my family. I don't want to yell at my kids. Or I don't want to yell at my mama. No. When people are hurt, they lash out. When people have been blindsided, they lash out. When people have been done wrong, they lash out. You can't tell people to say, well, you got to find a nice way to say things. Doesn't work for everybody. Not everybody moves that way, guys. You see how he's talking here? Sometimes people get hurt so much that you don't realize the analogy that people are volcanoes. And all this suppression is sunken down here. Could be in our chests. We feel a certain type of way, guys and ladies here. You feel something here and you know you're having that anxiety that bad and you keep suppressing it down and you put it into your belly and you feel that anxiety in your gut and you know it's there, guys, and it hurts. And you keep, and as a men, what we do, we keep pushing it down. We keep pushing it down. We keep pushing it down. We keep pushing it down till we ain't thinking about it no more. And what happens, guys? What happens? Then another situation comes and we keep pushing that down. And then once again, we have that old situation. We got that chill. We keep pushing another item down. And then we keep pushing another one down. And then another thing down. And know what happens, guys? We're volcanoes, guys. We are volcanoes. Know what happens? You can only push so much down to the belly of the gut. Then what happens after that, y'all? What happens? It's got to come out somewhere. Know where it starts at? In your health, in your skin. Maybe your hair, your skin breaks out, get pimples, blotches, patches, your hair starts acting funky and not growing right, start maybe losing your hair to stress and anxiety. Those are the first things. Then you're not thinking straight. All these things are bubbling now. It's bubbling. It's bubbling, guys. It's oozing. It's trickling now. And you know what happens then? That one situation when your old girl does some stuff, whoosh, volcano explodes. And he's supposed to be a doctor, not a medical doctor. But someone's been through school and he wants to talk about people and things like that and don't understand that the basic human concept that when we explode, we're not going to use the best choice words or actions or feelings that's going on, especially if no one's been listening to that man. He's going to blow up, he's going to snap, and it's all going to come out. That situation, the previous girl's situation, the argument about the kids, it all comes out. And when it all comes out, Dr. Watkins, you want men to say, hey, we got to worry about the community. Isn't this not a form of victim shaming to a degree? Get back to the video. Guys, isn't this another form of victim shaming against men? That what he's doing with his simp ass self here? I don't know about you, but men have been put down for so long here that when we speak out, we got to tailor our words. We have to be cognizant of the community. We have to say things that are nice so we don't hurt feelings, not look at the fact that we've been hurt first and then we got to worry about other feelings when no one worried about our feelings. I'm saying that he does not even have the compassion to understand the words that he is saying here. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. And it has to be spoken like this here. If I was just yelling and being demonstrative and just saying every curse word out there, I'd just be another loudmouth black guy out here. But I need to make sure I'm saying this in a certain way so you guys can understand the way I feel about the situation here and how I see about men who talk and move in this fashion and this nature here. He don't give a damn about the community. He only gives a damn about pandering to those in the community that keep him where he's at. Because if he really worried about the community, he would really worry about these men here instead of trying to tell men that things can be done in a nicer way. I'm good, y'all. I am so good. We need to put a spotlight on men like this here. He can say all day, I offer these conversations. I want to have a debate. Just because you are cool with the debate doesn't mean that you have an open goddamn mind. That's the difference when people say stuff like that. You can say, I'm open for debate. I'm open to talking to people. I don't like listening to people who have the same talking points as me. That's fine. But do you really adhere to those other talking points? Do you listen to them and say, you know what? Here's how I move when I hear someone I don't agree with. I can easily say, that's not the way I move, but I understand. Just because I don't move in that fashion don't mean that I can't comprehend and understand the hurt and pain and vitriol that men go through. I'm not gonna be the man that's gonna be yelling and screaming and cursing people out like that, but I understand. And this man doesn't understand. He can name off statistics, he can see variables, but no matter what, the plight is still the man, the black man is wrong. Shout out to Grits and Bacon with the $5 holla. Turn the chat here green saying, talk that ish, Dave. RIP to KS. Rest in peace to the GOAT. That's right, Grits and Bacon. And Grits, salute. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate, man, for that $5 ball, man. Let's get back into this here, man. I mean, I there's so many things that make me want to lash out when you hear things like this, but it's not going to do anything. Because if I was going to do that, I would be moving like that volcano. But I wanted to make sure that I am speaking into a frame of mind that he is not thinking about the average man. He's only thinking about women. How can he be about the community when you're only one-sided and biased? Thank you, Derek. Let's get back to it. I'm gonna play a little bit more, guys. Play just a little bit more.
Wife educates me on that on a regular basis, but it wasn't hard for me because I grew up knowing the importance of listening to women. My grandmother, my mother, my sister, my daughter. I have to listen to them, or I'll get beat up for trying to ignore their voice, right? So what ultimately what I
your mother, your sister, but you didn't, and you want to hear their voice. You notice that he didn't mention any men in that conversation. He didn't mention any friends, any uncles, or a best man at his wedding. It's only women. Keep that in mind, guys. Once again, his framework is only women. His circle is only women, I would assume, because if he had men in his circle, if he had really true high value men in his circle, we want to use the terminology like Kevin Samuels used here, he would not be talking this way. His circle is only women.
I think happens on the internet, unfortunately, is you lose balance, right? And what I really wanted was here's the thing with Kevin. Kevin was a super smart guy. He did really great content even before everybody started paying attention to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he told that lady she was going to die alone, suddenly everything goes viral. It becomes a conversation and the platform grows. And then I saw lots of videos with the words "die alone" in the title, and it just really kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because I think that when you're talking about something as important and as delicate as male-female relationships and us building families and having kids, you can't have kind of these simple-minded one-size-fits-all discussions. Not to say that Kevin did that, but to say that, for example,
it's easily taken out of context.
You're gonna say one size fits all. Kevin's not that, but and then that's when Tasha K kicked in. He was about to be disingenuous to say that Kevin Samuels' commentary was a one size fits all. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about, guys. He was literally playing both sides of the coin. That's why I'm pausing that here. You hear you say, well, it's not a one size fits all, but guys, whenever someone brings the conversation, it's not this, but you should stop. Hey, man, nah. Either it is or it isn't. There's no but in there. Because you're about to give the example that it's not. When someone says, yeah, it's this, but stop. Hey, guys, stop the conversation right there. Like, nope. Nope. Be like, nope. What do you mean? No. If you said it's not this here, then you're gonna give a but. You're gonna give an intangible argument that it is one size fits all. Right went there, guys. Going forward, stop the conversation. Doesn't matter what it is. I think this is great, but no. I'm walking away. What do you mean? No. Because you're being disingenuous right now. You can't say it is and then make an argument for this here.
context and just condensed down to just the dialogue when it's just so many other moving parts to that.
Right. There's a lot of moving parts. Even
Yeah.
for example, with one of the last things that I remember hearing Kevin say that I didn't agree with, he said, when you're over 35 and you're a woman, nobody wants you. Like you're the leftovers.
Yeah.
And I said, that's not true.
This is how dumb you are. Let me get this here. Give me in a big box here. This is how dumb you are with the doctor in front of your name, Boyce Watkins. 35-year-old women, that is a cultural term, especially in China and out east, other side of the world. A whole nation of people categorize this. And when I remember this live stream vividly, when Kevin did that live stream, he was talking about the women in China. And correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, he even played a small video regarding this issue in China because the people in that country look down at the women who are leftover women because they've been infected by the feminism here in the Western culture here. So it's not Kevin saying this here. You need to get the bitch ass stick out of your ass here and do some homework with all those degrees. How are you going to have all those degrees, go to college and not even learn about this here? Do you even learn about any world affairs here? Just because we're in Western culture, we're in America, and then feminists on the rise, there is a whole nother part of the country, a whole nother part of the world where people live on that believe in these traditional ideas. So you can get mad all you want here. If that's the case, then that means that you don't fuck with China. If I ever have a conversation with them, I'm saying that means you don't fuck with the entire nation of China. You don't deal with any men over there, any women over there, all their ideas and ideologies over there. You don't, how they move over there as a whole in the country, but the way they view society as far as their relationships and marriage rate, things of that nature, you are saying that you find that appalling then. And so if that's the case, then you should say, I disavow China. That's a hard stance, ain't it? It's like, Dave, you're going to bridge too far. No, it's not going to bridge too far. Because if you believe this way, this is not Kevin Samuel's talking point here. He took this from a culture. But that culture represents all of us today because that's how human beings as well as men are wired when women get to a certain age. So we can tell he still ain't done his homework. Let's hear some more. Let's let it play some more, guys.
I asked him about that too, because I'm like, there's some women over 35 that's bad. Like I know, like I have friends like that. Like they everywhere they go, men are like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, I don't know if that's true.
See, that's the problem here too, guys. Women mistake the fact that just because someone will sleep with you doesn't mean that someone's going to go ahead and go the whole game and spend the rest of your life with you. We talk about this all the time, how when women put guys into the friend zone, he is just a friend. There is no booty. There was no action. The booty is dry when she's around him, right? But for us, our friend zone is we don't want you to be our wives. We don't want to take this long term. We don't want to make this something serious. We'll play our position to keep getting the booty. And then once the booty's over, we keep it moving. We don't tell you that. We'll keep it in silence, but you wonder why. How come this relationship's not going anywhere? Because you already been put in our friend zone category, which is the booty only, sex only. So that's the thing here. You're confusing the fact that someone who looks good for their age and men who will have sex with. But at the end of the day, though, how many of these women, if they may look bad, they may be attractive, they got it put together, but how many men are lining up to say, will you marry me? Or we want to take this serious, take it to the next level. That's the issue, guys. See, you confuse sex with all the other things here.
It's true, Kevin.
Especially black women. I mean, black women are
more pandering.
You know, so
yeah.
I was like, you know, so my challenge to that was I said, okay, if being a high value man means having stuff like status and money and all that, I guess I would fit the category. I have money and status. I've done things.
Not all the things.
I was single before I married my wife. I met women every city I went to. Mm-hmm. And I got to the point where I was the opposite. I said, I don't want to date a woman under 35 because I want to date a woman who is a grown-up. You know, so I found myself interested in women that were 40 to 45-ish, who had lived a life experience, but who still looked damn good you know, and that was exactly the category my wife was in. So I was like, who?
Oh, guys. Oh my God. Here we go. I don't care how old you are, fellas. Don't listen to this, man. I'm looking for guys that were in their I'm looking for women in their 40s when I was just like my wife. Hey, man, no. We're gonna let them talk a little bit more about this here, but no, guys, no. He said he called. See, and here's the thing, too, ladies. Let me put my on a big box here, ladies. He just disrespected y'all. He thinks that women under 35 are little kids. Did he just say that here? I can't date on 35. He basically gave the same equation that these older women be doing to the younger women. Because we have these talking points. Women keep women single. So older women will talk down about the younger one saying that, oh, why you messing with her? You're a pedo. You like these little girls. You want to control things of that nature, right? And what did he say? He said that 30 said, I got to eat more than 35 because that's a little girl. I want a grown adult. Wait, a 30-year-old woman's not grown? Do you guys hear this here? Ladies, you're trying to tell me that when you was 27 years old, you weren't grown? When you were 29 years old, you weren't grown? When you were in your prime between 26 and 28, you weren't grown? You see, he is taking the talking points from his own goddamn wife here. These older women who are still out here in the market, these leftover women over 35 who are competing with the younger women. He is doing nothing more than repeating the same carrot talking points that older women have been doing here. These leftover women, these baby mamas, these single women who ran the cock carousel, did every guy that they wanted, every Pookie and Ray Ray. And then once it came time to saying, hey, you know what? I want to settle down. What do? They find simp ass and Dr. Boyce Watkins here. See, guys, this is what happens here when you want to move like him here, right? I'm about to get back to a few more points in this video here. But when you move like him, women spot marks like this. That's why they call him Mark. What up, fool? What up, punk? Mark. You are a mark. And women know that they will see a certain guy and they will put you in their phone as, wait till later, or, whatever the case may be, make it last forever. They will have a code name for you. You will not be the guy who get the draws that night. You will be, excuse me, she will allow you to go ahead and be dinner bae so she can get a free meal out of you. And then 20 years later, she's like, okay, then I'm going to go give this guy a chance here. You want to know why I know about this here? Because a woman tried to put me in that category a long time ago. And when I woke up, when I found out, I was like, okay, every time I see you, all this is getting the booty. And then by the time that she really wanted to have a relationship, I had already checked out because when I won the relationship with her, it was in my 20s. And then when she put me into this backup category where it was like that, I'm like, all right, then I didn't take her serious no more. I put her into my friend zone where it's like, okay, you hit me up, we're going to get it in. And if we ain't going to get it in, okay, we'll have a few drinks, have a good time, whatever it is, but I'm going to keep it moving. You ain't going to get nothing more, nothing less. You ain't getting no out-of-town trips, no extra quality time. I'm here to hit it and quit it if I got to put a few drinks and a taco in your belly. He is keeping the same talking points as older, single baby mamas. Remember that, guys. Remember that when you listen to men like this here. He don't listen to men's side of the argument. All his talking points are women. He talks only from women talking points.
Who said that? Or who said things like a dress size is important? There are Black women of all dress sizes who look extraordinarily good. I can't say that about white women, Asian women. None. Black women are just unique in that way. So it wasn't that I had a problem.
He like fat girls, y'all. Fat girls with curls.
You're right. So my thing is, I just think a more balanced discussion, because the thing is, right, you had women that really would listen because they're really trying to understand men. And I respect those women because they're at least saying, okay, let me understand how men are thinking. So if women want to understand how men think, you need to hear from different kinds of men, right? That's it. Like, but I do think listening to men is very important. And honestly, I don't know if society encourages people to do that. I think anybody that sits around and tells you or just patronizes.
He's saying this here, but he's not listening to men, guys. If he really listened to Kevin Samuels, he wouldn't have these talking points. All you would need to do is not watch a clip, watch one of his live streams. Just take 3 hours. You don't got to watch all one sitting. Just watch it and break up and watch it here. And then you would know exactly where Kevin Samuels stands at here. For the fact that he's making these talking points like, yo, we need to listen to, listen to these guys. You got to listen to guys talk outside of me here. But you're not even doing it. Right? He is not even doing it. He's trying to tell men to do things that he don't listen to men. If he listened to men, he would not have this point here. He would not be saying the ignorant comments that he's saying right now. Dale's like, he's not even listening to himself. Facts. He ain't even hearing what he's saying here. And I pointed that out when we reacted to him in his own live stream. He says things and then does say something differently here. He's not even concise in his own arguments here. I'm a college dropout. Shout out to Kanye West, right? A college dropout can figure out your lingo. Guys, I'm going to say this one more time. Boyce Watkins is a guy who thinks that he's the smartest man in the room. He will listen and then try to give his viewpoints to seem like he's talking slow and he's analyzing and listening, when in actuality, he don't know what the hell he's talking about. Remember, he's acting like he's the smartest man in the room and then try to get points that if all you got to do is just sit down and just listen to a little bit. It's not even complicated. He's not even a complicated person. All you got to do is listen just a few minutes here and you say, oh, he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And he doesn't even have the grounds to stand up on to support it.
Or panders to you.
You're
telling you that it's never your fault. It's always the man. You're perfect the way you are. That is not your friend. And Derek Jackson did that in a terrible way. And you see where that ended up for him. I think the best people in your life.
Get me started on that one.
Oh, well, I'm sure you got a lot to say about that, right? And here's the thing about Derek that's interesting, to be honest with you. Most men saw right through that bullshit from the beginning. Like, most men were like, "Oh Lord, here he goes. He's taking pictures of his crotch, taking pictures with his shirt off." But the thing is, the reason I would give him a little grace is that
what the hell?
And I think that a man who is that young, who has that much power over women, is going to have massive amounts of temptation that he might not understand how to manage. Like a lot of these NBA players, like you look at Zion Williamson and what he's going through, where that woman's going to try to destroy his whole life. I think that there's something about the need. If a man is in a leadership position, he has to have some degree of sexual discipline. And I don't think Derek was really doing that. So
wait a minute, wait. So he's giving Derek Jackson the grace because he was young? Wait a minute, did y'all hear this here? Wait, I had to pause that here. He gives him a little bit because he's young? What is it, man? Where's your fucking position at? Where is your position at? Where is your backbone at? You don't even have a defining position. You're all over the place, bro. It's hard to even want to even play the rest of this video because you're a walking contradiction.
You're sleeping with these different women who are going to go out on the internet and tell the whole world that they slept with you.
And they be so low budget. Like when they call me, not all of them, but most of the ones like that I caught him with, I would just be like, there's no way as a wife that I would even try to measure myself up against a bitch that's on Section 8. Proud of it, okay? Proud for a man to fly her to Miami on Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking for the weekend and send her back to her children with no money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that is not something to brag about.
No,
like that's not a lick.
Well, it's not. It's a lack of intelligence and strategy for him. Look, I think men are always going to be attracted to women and vice versa. It ain't. And remember, all the women Derek was sleeping with, they were sleeping with him, and it seems like it was all consensual. And I'm not here to judge that.
Oh.
But I do think that people have to really understand how the people that you allow into your circle plays a big part in the outcomes of your professional life, your financial life, and everything else. I mean, you look at what Derek has lost because he was not able to exercise some degree of discernment.
My husband talks about that all the time. Being a man, because we've always been entrepreneurs since the beginning, since we met, right? And that's one thing I had to piggyback off of what you were saying. As a man, for him to tell me as my husband and lie to me like I am not going to be attracted to other women. Women, it's in our being, but a man that was raised with discipline, like he was raised by his father, right? You understand that that's an attraction. That has nothing to do with you wanting the woman. You appreciate the beauty, you move on. Just like we as women, and women can sit up here and lie all they want and say that they don't find other men attractive. And that, wow, like that's nice to look at. I wonder, but that doesn't necessarily mean you want to go there, because there's certain qualities about your husband or your mate that you're with. That's the reason as to why you're with him. So it's nice to look at.
Sorry about that, guys. I had paused that though because the car I was looking for is actually available. I think I'm buying a car tomorrow. I gotta put a pause there. Sorry about that, guys. I was like, oh, I'm over here sending an email because I'm out here. I tell you about the used car market. They found me a car. I'm going. Hey, I got it. Hey, it's 6 o'clock now. I'm doing a live stream right now. I ain't cutting this short to to go look at this car here. But the idea of me doing a live stream tomorrow is off the table because I gotta go to the dealership tomorrow morning. Hey, before we have to do that, before we move on here, shout out to my man Brock in the building, my man with the $20 holla. Turn the chat here orange saying, sorry I'm late to the party, brother. What's Roland Martin up to? I mean, Boyce Watkins. Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, Brock. Salud. Thank you for the holla, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming in, man. Hey, you never late on, man. You here on time. Yo, we over here talking about this here. I think I'm about done with Boyce Watkins here. At least with this part here. How much time I got left in this interview? Got another half left. Hey, guys, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm putting this on pause now. I need a break. I've been here for 2.5 hours on this here, and I need a break. I've been talking about Boyce Watkins like early in the week, this week, and then some last week as well. I need a break for a second here because it's exhausting. Can I be real here? I'm exhausted. Alan Keys, men don't want fat big women, especially there's bigger. He is making so many points that now that I'm glad that I only watched like the first 5 minutes of this video. I watched this first 5 minutes by myself. I saw some other content creators kind of touch on it, but I just saw it's like, oh, to the point I was like, okay, I want to react to it as well. I want to have talking points. So I'm kind of doing this blind. But I'm glad that I am doing this blind. Do a live while you car shop. I might have to do that, Vince. bring the selfie stick here. Hey, just let y'all know it's the Audi. It's the Audi joint. Yeah, they said they got one in there. Yeah, so it's the Audi. So we're gonna see what's up, guys. We'll see. Hopefully it all works out tomorrow. I gotta tell the one upstairs here that we might be able to do that here and everything. But like you said, Alan, men don't want bigger women. Now, some of y'all are gonna say, Dave, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Men, if you gave them the honest, if they had no worries of retribution, if they had no worries of what the outcome would be from their response, what they're saying here, you know what 100% of men will say? 100%. You're going to have the majority of that 100% saying, no, Dave, if she weighs more than me, I'm good. So you're going to remove those out of the equation. There's going to be a section of guys who are good fellas who ain't trying to get married. They live in their bachelor life. And you know what they'll say? Hey, Dave, just a little bit of variety. Give me a Jill Scott type at least. She can't be sloppy about it. If she's going to be a big girl, let her have a little bit of Jill Scott-esque. And maybe we'll have some fun for a few months, maybe a couple of times here, but I ain't going to go all the way out, right? You got those who are going to go in there. Then you got the dudes who are pookies, who don't have Pookie, Ray, Dusty, Daryl, who don't have an option, and they're just going to take those. Say, hey, I'm going to get what I'm going to get. That's what it is. Right? So if all 100% had an option, says, hey, do you want a big girl? The guys that you will have the bachelor guys like, I'll smash them, but I'm not taking them serious. Pookie would be like, if I didn't have to live on this sofa, I wouldn't be with her. And then the rest of the guys like, you already know my answer. But women do not like the fact that we say this here. I'm big. What you saying, Dave? Or guys love me, Dave. No, they just love the sex. And a lot of guys can't get sex. So you know what that means? They're going to go ahead and then keep a smile on their face and keep getting what they can keep getting in until the options run dry. But men who are successful, or not even successful, men who have options, they're not going for that here. They will smash. That's one thing that y'all can't understand. They will smash. They will bend you over and put your face into that pillow and say, don't say a goddamn word. Right? But if meeting on the first encounter, it's not a good look. Not a good look. Brock says, what is it about marriage that turns these dudes into major simps? Hafiz now moist. Hey, Brock, I'm married. I don't move like that. It's just these guys are using talking points to build their audience for women. And let's just keep it a buck, guys. These guys are doing this to have women supporters because that's how you blow up on YouTube. We'll keep it a buck with you guys. That's how you blow up on YouTube. You can't you can, but it's going to be a slower ride if you have a predominantly male audience. You can have a damn good living on YouTube. But if you want to be the next level, you want to be stratosphere, like how Kevin Samuels crossed over, you want to be a millionaire, you need that woman audience as well, guys. You need a portion of that. You just can't go strictly 100% men. You can have a decent living on YouTube doing 100% men, pause. But when the women come into play, then more women talk, the more women talk, the more women talk, next thing you know, then you're a phenomenon. But you're not going to move out the women in this game here. So Hafiz, here's the thing about Hafiz, though, brother. His channel's dead. His channel is the same way as Just Racist things here, which is going to be the transition right now. We're going to pivot here, but these people here that, they say they're simps like that, they don't know. Hafiz is too young. He don't know no better. And Boyce Watkins, he was raised by women. He was raised by single women. And that's why he has the single baby mama talking points here. If you close your eyes and if you gave this chat AI and then they spit out a robotic voice here and you heard this talking here, you would thought that's okay. It's this robotic voice. That's probably a woman talking here. And then it's just like, this is Dr. Boyce Watkins. You're like, oh God, it makes sense. But check it out, guys. Thank you for that holla, Brock. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. So the facts. Thank you, brother. Here's what I'm going to do here. I might come back to Dr. Boyce Watkins later. Maybe another day. Maybe a couple of days. I'm going to let that breathe for a second, right? I want to pivot here because someone put that in the conversation here. And I just want to end the show here with, let's grift a little bit more here. Let's grift on Just Racist things. If y'all still here for a few more minutes here, I want to grift on Just Racist things. Oh, my bad. Just Pearly Things. That's her name, right? It's Pearl. It's Pearl. Guys. We all know that her channel's in the toilet. We all know that the views are going down and down and down and down and down and down and down, right? Matter of fact, let's see where her views are at now. I'm kind of curious, guys. Let's see where she's at now. Let's do this here. Let's do this. She renamed her channel too. I think. Yeah, she did. Let's do it, guys. I want y'all to see this. Let's see where her views are at now. How's she doing? So we're going to talk about her, what happened recently. She got 47 views on this recent video, 9,600. Okay, she got 71,000 in this Adam 22 from yesterday. Okay, it's moving. All right, 26,000, 79,000. Okay, she's moving. 25,000, 33,000, 11,000, 29,000, 11,000, 31, 18, 9,100, 25, 7,000, 8,100, 19,000, 11,000, 15,000, 16,000, 7,900, 5,400, 3,400, 12,000. What else we got here? 5,100, 58,000, 6,000, 13,000. You guys get the picture here. You got a 1.56 million channel getting 16,000 views on a video. So you know what she's trying to do now? Guys, you know what she's trying to do now, guys? She is doing the pivot now. She is doing the pivot now. She's trying to go straight conservative now. I just want to repeat to you guys here. If you see someone who got a 1.1+ million subscriber channel and they're getting 12,000 views, that's a channel that's in the shitter. And don't get it twisted now. She's making money. She's making money on the wrong slope. It's going down. It's going down, guys. So the pivot is here now because she can't stay in the realm that we're at now. The views are in the toilet. It's not working. Anything she's dropping, she's only getting so many views, guys. Like, these are views that I get. Guys, look at my channel. The views that she get, I'm getting. I get 9,000 views a video. I get 40,000 views for a reaction video. I had one that was a month and a half ago, semi-viral, 250,000 views, right? I have someone I got a lot of views that goes 20, 50,000, right? Like, that's good for my channel with 17,000 subscribers. What she is doing with 1.56 is a travesty. Goddamn. So the pivot's here, guys. What do you mean about the pivot? Well, she was on Piers Morgan recently. So you know what I said, guys? I said, why don't we react to this video with Pearl on Piers Morgan here? Because I saw bits and pieces of it here, and I was like, oh my God, she is still trying these same talking points, and it's not working. It's not working because she came into the black manosphere, and now we see how that's working out right now, right? Now she's over here. Oops, I'm dropping my phone here. Now she's over here in these white circles here in white YouTube land, and they not even rocking with her. So I got my phone here. Just want to check out. Dell's like, I have to unsubscribe from everything she's attached to. Everything. So check this out, guys. We're gonna react to her being on Piers Morgan, and what we're gonna see in this reaction video here is her talking points, and we can see how when we hear it now, it's like, what the hell is she talking about? So let's do it, guys. Let's react to this really fast here. It's not a long video. It's not long. We've been here for a little bit here, and I just want to, get it going here with this. Lights up in the building, guys. Lights up. Here's Piers Morgan. Let's go. Let's get it in.
So Pearl Davis has racked up a legion of online followers and plenty of breathless newspaper coverage by sharing her incendiary views on modern feminism. The New York Post called her the female Andrew Tate. So she tapped into genuine female pushback to the excesses of wokery, or is she just an attention seeker? We'll find out in a moment. But first, let's take a look at the clip that sent her viral.
A lot of people think I'm insane because I don't think women should vote. Everybody thinks I'm crazy for this opinion. If anything, this is probably my most extreme opinion.
Hey, guys, what's up with this outfit that she got on? Is this an outfit that my grandmother rocking like 1952? Like, who is telling Pearl how to dress here? I know this is an older one here, but this video, she had to be like 24 years old, right? When she went viral. Like 24 years old? Who the hell is dressing her? Who told her that wearing this grandma dress that she wear in the kitchen before cooking, it was the right thing to do to make these videos here? So, oh my God. Let's let it go, guys.
90% of women have been on birth control. 1 out of 3 women has had an abortion. 1 out of 3 women has an STD. Average body count is over 5, so that your average wife has slept with over 5 people. 95% of women are not virgins on their wedding days. So I understand the complaint.
Okay, well, Paul.
Oh, wow, look at her.
Has been alongside political journalist Ava Santini, who was nodding furiously along there.
Hold on, guys.
Right, Paul, you've be called the female Andrew Tate. How do you plead?
Hey, the female Andrew, look, hey, she got her hair done. She got a legit black dress on. She got a pearl necklace, but we're not going to take it to that point, guys. You guys know what they say about pearl necklaces. You guys know what they say about pearl necklaces. Fellas, you know what they say about women with pearl necklaces. But at least she got her hair done. Let's see what she's going to say here now. Let's continue, guys.
Well, I take it as a compliment. I'm a fan of Andrew Tate.
Of everything he says?
It depends what we're talking about. But overall, I think he's got a good message. I think he's good for young men.
Okay, look, you're talking about women predominantly, which is why you've got this big following. And your view is that modern feminism is deeply flawed. I would argue a lot of your proposals, like taking the vote away from women, are deeply regressive. Mm-hmm. Why would you want to remove, just from yourself, the right to vote?
Well, what happened was I had the same view, right? Back when I started, I was like, why? I found out that only 5% of women wanted the right to vote. And I couldn't figure out, why would women not? No, it's true. It's true. If you look it up.
At the time. Because they've been conditioned by men.
I'm kind of curious, where does she find the fact that 5% only wanted to vote? Like, I don't know about y'all, but out here in Chicago, there was more than 5% of women who wanted to vote for the wrong candidate. I just want to know where she found that 5% at. I don't know. That might be a stat from like 1962 or something. But let's continue.
By men to think that they shouldn't have a vote.
I mean, that's what they say, but I started reading their writings, right? And what I found out was that the reason a lot of women advocated for it was because they believed it was the beginning of the breakdown of the family. Before you became one in marriage, 85% of people were married. And, I hate to say it, but they were right. What has happened 100 years later?
But what's that got to do with them having the vote?
Right.
Well, it also goes back to responsibility. Again, men are 80 to 90% of the military. They run all of the infrastructures that make society run. So I just think if we want an equal say in society, then be equal. Do 50% of the hard jobs. Be 50% of the military. In the U.S., they're fined $250,000 if they don't join selective service, which is essentially the draft.
Okay, but specifically on the vote, what would having the right to vote have to do with family cohesion, for example?
Well, because again, before you weren't trying to divide a family. It was one family unit. You had one vote for the family. I mean, I don't think it's good for a family to have two votes.
Ava, your mouth seems to have dropped about.
No, do you know
I don't understand the talking points about women not allowed to vote here. And then she goes into the argument about the hard jobs, right? And this is a manosphere talking point, right? How we know that most of the hard labor jobs are done by men, right? Some of the bricklayers, the guys in construction, skyscrapers, the guys working up top, all the hard, everything that you can think of, mining shafts, anything you can think of, the most obscure hard jobs. We know men are doing this, right? But my thing is, just because men are doing the hard jobs doesn't mean we take away the right to vote. That's a slippery slope right now. You take away the right to women to vote, that's where it starts, where we say, well, these women don't deserve the vote. Then we'll take away these minorities vote too as well. And then next thing you know, it's a trickery slope here, right? So I just don't get the fact that hard jobs translate to not being able to vote. Now, there's a certain presidential candidate out there right now that I believe he's, I don't know if he's an independent Republican, but I believe in the talking points that he's actually talking about here by being immigrants, that you actually have to pass a test to actually, be able to be this country to be the vote here. So I wholeheartedly believe that, of course, as us men at 18 years old, we got to sign for selective services. But I believe that between the ages of 18 and 25, I agree with this guy. I didn't think Vivek, that if you're between 18 and 25, you got to take a simple test. That you understand the branches of government. Do you understand the three branches, legislative, judicial, and we got to go through all these points, right? Do you understand what the president, how much money the president makes, or how many years he get, how many years the senator gets, how many years does the House rep gets, things of that nature, right? You pass that test, you go ahead and you go vote here. If you don't take the test, then at 25 you're able to vote. I'm cool with that, guys. But just to take away a whole section of women and saying they can't vote because they don't do the hard jobs. Come on, bro. I'm not here with that here. Let's see what they're going to say here next.
I know.
It's just sort of a bit galaxy brain. I feel like, the stats that you're putting down are perhaps correct in some universe.
Which stats?
They just kind of don't really add up. I mean, just to take you back to the to the women's writings that you've allegedly read. I mean,
allegedly. What do you mean allegedly?
At the time that you're talking about, women weren't really allowed to write. They weren't allowed to go to school.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. That's incorrect. The first female property owner was in the 1600s. The idea that women couldn't work and
before she cooks here, Shauna, women don't go for construction jobs. Out here in Chicago and Illinois, they are begging women for construction jobs because of the quotas. The women do not want to be out here in the hot sun. Like the other day, it was 95 degrees. You add the humidity, it was 103. And women don't want to be outside with a hard hats on, wearing the stop sign so cars can go ahead and stop and then hit the go. People can go through here. It's not the fact that they're not hiring. That's against the law. Women are not going for these jobs. And this is the fact here in Illinois alone. I can't comment on other states, but here in Illinois, they are begging women to be in the construction field. And they can't even get women to get out the goddamn houses. Let's continue.
I'm so sorry, but that will be inherited property.
The first female millionaire was in the late 1800s.
And was that inherited?
No, it wasn't. It was self-made. Yes, it was.
Self-made.
Yes, it was.
She never inherited land.
Yes, she did not
inherit it. What law permitted that?
What
law permitted that?
Well, there was no law. I mean, there's always been women that were influential in history.
Let's get on to the vote. So what I don't understand is,
Hey, Vince, you know why I said we should take a test? Immigrants got to take a test. And current immigrants right now have to take a test. And we have a lot of people who don't even understand government. I literally last year, when I was getting ready to vote across the street from my house here, Vince, and people don't even know the basic guidelines of our country, basic civics. The last time somebody took a civics test here in Chicago, guys, was probably 8th grade year. And out here at least in the suburbs, you had to pass a certain civics test to get to high school. That's out here in Illinois. And you know what I say here? When it comes to voting, we should have a smaller version of that same test, Vince. I'm here for that. Because we got too many people who don't know what the hell they're talking about and is voting here. I think that we need to take a more particular hard stance with the voting so that people take it seriously. People do not take voting seriously here. And that's how I feel here. You go ahead and you take a test between 18 to 25. If you don't want to take the test, then you do some sort of civic business here for 6 months, whether the Coast Guard or whatever the case may be. You're serving your country in some manner. If you're not doing that, then 25, you can vote. As soon as you hit 25, boom, you can do that. But I think that people should understand what the right to vote means. It should not be just a given. We should understand what it means because a lot of us don't know what it means. Hence why we're voting so many dumbass people in office right now who are doing a whole bunch of janky ass things here. If people actually understood the process and knew that it was important, they might take their vote seriously here. If we made it that way here, I think it'd be a lot better. Dave, that would be hard to enforce. I know it's hard to enforce here, Derek, but my point is that it's something that needs to be talked about because we got a lot of dumbass people who go in the voting booth. So I'm just going to go ahead and put Democrat all the way down, or I'm just going to put Republican all the way down, or I'm just going to mark other all the way down. People don't even understand what they're doing, don't do their homework, and then they go ahead and mark boxes when they get in there. Hence why we wonder why, how did that person get voted in? Because we got a lot of dumbass people who doing a lot of dumbass voting. And y'all know that's true. Y'all know you'll talk to people and you be joking around at dinner tables saying, I just put Democrat all the way down. Or you may got some people like, I just put Republican all the way down. Come on, man. Come on. It's a conversation that we got to have here. It's a hard conversation. But taking away women's right to vote, no, I'm not here for that. I am not here for that, guys. Nope.
A part of your message, I've researched you today, and hang on a minute.
Okay.
Your big push is that you care about men and you don't think that men are getting enough of a say. But
Well, I care about
hang
women
on,
too.
I haven't
Care
made
about
the
women
point
too,
yet. Because of feminism, okay? What I wonder is when you start making calls out like repeal the 19th, women shouldn't be allowed to vote. How is that helping?
Before you answer the question, I like talking to my chat here, guys. Derek, that's not babysitting. That's called accountability and responsibility. It's called rules in place. When you're 18 years old, you got to sign for selective service, right, Derek? At least I did. Everybody here has to do that here. When you're 18 years old, that is the law. You have to sign up for selective services here. In that process here, when you sign for selective services, if the right administration came in place, it won't happen no time soon. But if it came into place, when you sign for selective services, there should be a secondary option sheet that says, okay, are you signing up to be involved in these services for 6 months? And if you say no, it's all right, then are you going to want to take this test here so you can vote in the next election? You can say yes or no. You say yes, you pass the test, you're voting forever. If you say no, then you can wait till 25 to vote, or you can take the test at any time before 25. But there's already a process in place because men have to sign up for selective services as soon as they turn 18. Some people may wait till after they graduate. That's what I did. I turned 18, and when I graduated high school, that's when I signed up here. But that's not babysitting. We already have the framework in place here. The fact that we talk about it to y'all basically, that sounds radical. No, it sounds logical. We literally have people in office who don't deserve to be in goddamn office. And you know why? Because we got ignorant ass people who don't know what the hell they're doing. So how about this? And we take the power out of the ignorance, put a rule in place saying, hey, you want this right here. You got to follow the rules. But after 25, you're good to go. After 25, you're good to go. So it's not like taking it right away forever. It's just the fact that at 18 years old, do 18 to 25-year-olds really understand the right to vote or what their vote means? Because most kids or teenagers at that point here don't understand the major frameworks of what this society and how this country runs here. So my thing is, we have an idea in place here. But to take away the whole rights of women to vote, nah. But to put a little bit more spotlight on there so as we as Americans understand, oh, this is actually bigger than what it is. You know? Thank you. Voting is a duty, not a privilege. And the thing is that people look at it as a given privilege and don't do any additional homework on there. And so if we actually, thank you, Vincent. So if we actually looked at it that standpoint, it's a privilege. We will put more effort into the person that we were voting for, or make it like, okay, I'm going to vote that. And look at this, guys. How many of y'all voted between 18 and 25 years old? How many of y'all voted between the years of 18 to 25? I bet you it's a small minority. I bet you all y'all weren't voted between 18 and 25. Some of y'all were, but I know a lot of y'all not. So by the time even if you don't qualify for it, by the time you're 25, it's there. You don't got to take no testing like that. No extra service whatsoever. The point is that when you're younger, there should be an extra emphasis in you understanding what you're going through for this country here. A worst type of voter is one who votes on one or two issues and completely ignore all the other issues that negatively affect them. Facts, Clifton. Hey, before I move on here, shout out to my man Brock with the $20 holla. Turn the chat here orange here. Brock, you're not a lead contributor, brother. You came back to back here. And once again, you are the number one for the show here. Let me do this here, brother. Since you're doing that here, I got to do this. Hold on. Where is it at here? I got to change the show up here, Brock. There you go. I recognize. He said with the $20 holla says, I'm telling you, bro, she's the female Derek Jackson. She's pandering, but she ain't settling for an average man. That's Brock. Hey, man. Hey, Brock. Salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Brock. Thanks for coming heavy in this chat, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. All right, man. Let me see here. We're about to get back to this here. Still, Dave, even at 25, most people still don't have a clue. I know that, Derek, but now that we have something in place that, let's say that you want to vote at 20. You need to understand how you understand what your vote means. What if you're 21? What if you're 21 and no elections by the time you turn 18, and maybe it fell at a certain time of the year, so your next vote is at 20 years old? I think that we should have a more proactive and a more dedicated approach to it, because we got a lot of dumbass people in office, and a lot of dumbass people don't know what the hell they're doing here. And you want to know something? We should put a little added extra onus on it. And you got to think about it here. That 18 to 25 is for young people, because young people don't know what the hell they're doing, guys. And if you told me that this person was 18 years old and voted, and said, yo, they took this test here, I'm like, all right, cool. You tell me that she was 18 years old and voted, I'm like, they probably hit Democrat or Republican all the way down. I pulled a double shift McDonald's. For real, Brock? Stop playing. Let's get back into it now.
Young men, because these young men have women in their lives, they have mothers, they have sisters, they have teachers, and they turn around, they don't know how to act around women because you're giving them license to be misogynistic.
I wouldn't call it misogynistic. I say be equal. So again, men do all of the feminists. Well, then okay, I'd love for the feminists, please apply for the oil rigs. Please go do the hard jobs in society. They're open, they're hiring, because I don't equate for, I don't think men or women are equal until we do the equal work. So no, listen, go apply to be on the oil rigs, go be a plumber, go be an electrician, go be on the front lines of the military, and then we should have equal rights. But until feminists are willing to do that, I don't believe we should have the freedom without the responsibility.
Okay, but I don't think that I'm physically built for that. You might be, but I'm absolutely not. But you said you were volleyball.
Wow.
You said you were a volleyball player, and so you've got more strength than I do. I don't think.
But I don't have more strength. I don't have more strength than the average man.
Take your right away.
I don't have more strength than the average man. But again, it goes back to go be a plumber. You want to be equal, go be equal.
But you don't want.
See, this is Pearl. This is where she sounds dumb as hell. I understand that men and equality and feminism and these issues here about doing the hard jobs, but about being a plumber has nothing to do about voting. You see, like what she's saying here, she's trying to convolute two different arguments into one when we got into voting. Well, men do all the hard jobs. So if men do all the hard jobs, then they should be able to vote. Carte blanche, right? And and when it comes to feminism, like the talking point that I always say is like, hey, I'm sick and tired of women saying that they want the top jobs. They're mad that not more women as CEOs. Then the argument should be, you should not be arguing about so many men who are at the top of the game here. You should also be arguing about how many men and women are at the bottom of the food chain, because sometimes you got to work your way up to the damn top. right? And so when I talk about also the 18 to 25, it's not just for black people, guys. This is a pro-black channel. I am a black man, and most of y'all are black here, or maybe y'all half white, or maybe you're partial black, but you identify as a black man or as a black woman. What I'm saying here is that this applies to all races, all cultures, all creeds. If you're an American citizen, if you white between 18 and 25, a white man or a woman, if you're a black man between 18 to 25, if you're an Asian American between 18 to 25, if of course Puerto Rico is part of our sovereign here, between 18 to 25, if it does it's to you guys want to take it to the race, no, it's all races, all cultures, it's all Americans. That's what I'm talking about, guys. But with Pearl here, talking about hard jobs, go be a plumber. What's being a plumber got to do with voting? This is a conversation about feminism. This ain't a conversation about voting. She don't know what the hell she's talking about. She using a feminist talking point about men and women being equal and applying that to voting. Get the hell out of here, man. Let's continue.
You want divorce to be made illegal?
Yes.
Why?
Yes, because I don't think what we have today is really marriage. What is marriage? It's for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. That's what marriage is supposed to be. But feminists have ruined marriage for the people that actually believe in marriage.
How?
When there's a 50% divorce rate and the average marriage
Why is that all down
8
to the
years.
women, though?
I didn't say that it was all down to the women.
So why
But
feminists ruin it?
you asked why I want divorce to be banned.
Yeah.
Can I finish
Yeah.
first? So I'm saying, the people that believe in divorce, go be in long-term relationships. Leave marriage for the people that actually believe in for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health, till death do us
But
part.
doesn't the sanctity of marriage also rely on the woman being a virgin? So you wouldn't be able to get married.
Oh!
What do you mean?
Well, you've spoken quite openly about how you're not a virgin.
Shots
And so
fired.
if you want to preserve that sanctity of marriage,
I
then,
think,
I just think that you're upholding standards that you don't actually.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Hey, guys. Hey. She was like, Pearl, if we go ahead and go by the rules, you won't be able to get married because you're not a virgin. Hey, man. Hey, shots fired, yo. Hey, Pearl, we know you ain't no virgin. You over here talking all this stuff here. Yo, she's like, oh, what do you mean? What are you talking about? You know you got your Chiefs clack probably last week, girl. Stop playing here. Shots fired. Hey. She ain't lying. Pearl talks all these traditional points here about virgins, and you're not a virgin here. See, that's how we know that Pearl doesn't have her own talking points, because if she understood what she was talking about, she would tailor the conversation to say, hey, you know what? Most women are not virgins right now, but men prefer women with the low body count. But when you harp on the fact that virgin, let's call it a buck here. Yes, as men, we want girls who have been untainted. We want girls with the less body count possible. But in 2023, I'm a man that understands, like, heck, what's the idea odds of you getting a girl who ain't got no kids? You gotta go to the goddamn Middle East, baby. You gotta leave this country. So the harping on virgin talk, or men winning virgins, yes, we do, but are we gonna find that? Hell no. But can we find some other 5 bodies? Hell yeah, that can be a possibility here. But yo, Pearl, you getting destroyed right now. You getting killed. Look at Pierce Morgan on the screen right now. You getting cooked.
And that's a fair complaint. I wish I was, but we can't go back. I don't know what you want me to say.
No, but I just don't think it's fair that you get to be here and you get to be paid for your views, and you're telling other women that they shouldn't be allowed to.
I think.
Hang on. Okay, if I may, at some stage jump in. Isn't the whole point of being a feminist, though, that women are entitled to have their own views?
Absolutely. And
so she's perfectly entitled to her views.
Yeah, but you can't.
You might not like them.
But I'm here to challenge.
Isn't she exercising her right as a? Are you a feminist?
No, I am not.
Really?
No, don't go that far.
You don't want to be a feminist?
No, shots fired. Hey, Pierce Morgan was trying to go on. He was trying to go, you a feminist, right? Hey, that is too funny, guys. This is classic here. Why would you do this to yourself, Pearl? Here's the Pearl's doing the pivot and getting destroyed on her own pivot. Oh God, this is classic, guys. This is great. Let's continue.
Oh, because I think if
feminists really believed in equality, but you guys don't. I would love for you. There is an oil rig hiring. There is an engineering.
I would actually
firm
love to see
hiring.
Ava Saxon on an
No,
oil rig.
seriously. There is a building being built next to my building. Go do it, feminists. Go do it. And me,
I'm
I'm
doing
saying
the same job that I'm doing right
when
now.
you find the man you want to get married to, are you saying you will be with that man whatever happens the rest of your life?
yes, for the vows that we're supposed to live.
How do you
by.
know you can keep them?
I mean, I think it's a choice. And that's the thing, like women are so willing to leave marriages because they're not happy. This is not about happiness. The most important thing is the children. And the problem is we have a modern society where it's me, my feelings, leave when I feel like it, instead of doing what's best for the kids.
Ava, I've got to say, it's a little bit listening to Andrew Tate where...
Let me just say it here, guys. I don't agree with this divorce. There's no, if you get, there should be no divorce. What she's saying here. You want to know why? Someone like Pearl is somebody who wants to, they will talk about Bible points and Christianity and things of that nature. There are rules of engagement for divorce, guys. And even though I'm not a Christian person, I'm not someone like that, I do take those two items from the Bible when they say, when they say DV, a man or a woman putting hands on you, you're not safe in your home. Your own bodily harm or your kids are in trouble, A, or B, someone dipped out. Hey, I'm not a Christian. I don't rock with God the way y'all do. But if y'all listen, y'all read y'all good book in the Bible, those are the two things that God says are the only ground for divorce. Everything else, y'all got to stick it out. So the way that she's going to go to the extreme that there should be no divorce, just figure it out, that's that bullshit. All right? Because one thing I can say, I know guys are getting their butts kicked in the marriages every day, just like women. We got DV going on both sides and no one's reporting it. People are beating each other up, ass whooping all over the place here, ass whoopings. Right? But in Pearl's world, you couldn't leave. Your life could be at risk and you can't leave. And the same thing too, if you got someone who's just habitually just being out there being a banshee, just wild out and cheating and on the carousel. All right. There's outs to everything. My thing is the problem we got in the US is when they create the no fault divorce. That's when we went down to the headway to the gutter here. No fault divorce. That's one of the biggest issues here. Let's continue, guys.
Some of it I really don't agree with. I don't agree with the vote stuff. When I have things like that, I think there'll be a lot of people, especially older generation women perhaps, who think, you know what, she's got a point.
Well, I mean, I believe in agency. So I think that if a woman is going to look after her children during divorce, that's absolutely fine. I also believe in your right to speak your mind about it. What I don't understand.
I'd like to say, even before the 1920s,
Do you know what I mean?
women could speak openly. This idea that like women couldn't talk the last 500 years, there have been women throughout
the American
history
state
that
education system has failed before. It's failing now.
There have been women throughout history that have read, written, and been very influential in society.
Okay.
So this idea like women could never do it.
Do you know what I don't understand though is when it gets spiteful, okay? Because you put down a few arguments that I think are perfectly, like, you know, they're kind of evangelical and they're Christian, but those are your right to say it. What I don't understand is when it kind of seeks into this sort of, you call women fat, you say that they shouldn't have abortions, you say that they have STDs. You know,
I mean, the question is, are they fat? Yes or no? The average American woman is 170 pounds. That's objectively overweight.
I mean, let's be honest. We now celebrate morbid obesity as some kind of body positive thing, and it is complete nonsense. So actually, on that point again, there's a bit of truth in that.
This is the problem.
How have we come to celebrate morbid obesity as body positive?
Well,
it's nonsense.
We're not talking about morbid obesity. I was actually watching your podcast earlier, and you spoke to someone who was, I would say, probably a size 12, and you called her fat, obese, and a divorcee.
She was fat, obese, and a divorcee. I mean, like, I don't know what to say. This is the thing, women, we don't want to live in reality. We don't want to say things that are true. Was she fat? Yes. Was she a divorcee? Yes. These things are just objective facts.
Okay, I'm going to have to objectively...
And she insulted me first. They always do.
I'm going to have to objectively end the debate, but it was an interesting conversation. I think we should get you two back together as a matter of urgency. Thank you very much, Pearl. Thank you.
Okay, I wanted to play that there because we can see, Piers Morgan, he's on the right, but he's in the UK. It's the right, but different kind of right, but it's the right. And we see the pivot that Pearl's doing here. The issue that I have here is if Pearl's trying to move the way she's moving here, it's going to be hard to get the evangelical white on her side, because the major points that she screams about goes against Christianity. There's going to be some women who are going to agree with it, but it's so extreme that you can tell that you're going to see her demographic that she's trying to go to, the more play to the white people. Let's keep it a buck here, because she came to the blacks. She was in the black manosphere. She had a whole black cast, black editors, black producers, black bands. She's coming up when she get black women up there to have these conversations. And now the pivots to white people. But one thing I don't think she's understanding is that as she's trying to move this pivot, the things that she is saying here don't jive with the Christians. Oh, there's some points in there that's gonna rock, but then they're like, hey, wait a minute. Hey, Bob, this is a bridge too far. Hey, this redhead talking reckless right now. There's a bridge too far. She messing with my Christian values. That's what. Hey, I don't know where it's gonna lead to for her, but talking about taking away the women's right to vote because of hard jobs and feminism equality, it's not adding. She's like, she has one lane, but it's like 3 different lanes trying to merge to one lane, and it's not adding. You can't have all these cars going to one lane. It's a bottleneck already. It's going to be an accident trying to combine them together. So that we got that here. And I understand about the talking point with feminists and wanting equality and how feminists want the high paying jobs compared to low paying jobs, but convoluting those things here is a whole different argument. And then when it came to the point about marriage and traditional relationships, girl did cook her. She was like, you ain't no virgin. You over here talking like this and you ain't moving like this. And then here's a problem that Pearl doesn't understand here. Maybe she do. You are a working woman, and she is a successful woman. Even though her channel's going down, it's still a channel that makes a lot of goddamn money. And then she has other channels associated with it. Even though those views are down, it still makes money. We would all like to have that kind of revenue coming in until it bottoms out. So she is a working class woman. So she is a modern woman. She is not a traditional woman. So when you're not a traditional woman, but you speak about traditional values, how are you going to get what you get when you're talking up the energy of something that you're not? You see how that works here, guys? That you're talking things here into existence, but you're not that, though. So how do you get what you want when you're not that person? You talk about the women who are just like you. So how do you get the high value men? How do you get that Henry, high earner, not rich yet? Shout out to Kevin Samuels. How do you get that man to have a traditional relationship when you, in a sense, is not traditional? So how do you pivot your content when you're not traditional? You're going to piss off a lot of the Christians, and white folks already don't rock with you because you already trying to go to the black side already. You guys got to remember here, there's going to be a section of white YouTubing like, you was over here with the Dusties. You was over here with the Darkies. We don't rock with you anyway, you race mixer. There's that silver lining of people, guys. You don't understand. Like, they look at us like, no, we ain't washing her. Look at our old content. Look at all these darkies over here. We're good on this. We're good on her. We don't care. So we're watching this in real time, guys. We're watching this in real time. We're gonna see how this goes here. We're going to see how her views go up and down and more down, and we're going to see the pivot goes for her live stream show. But right now, if this is the route that she's taking, it's not going to be successful. And everybody's trying to call her the female Andrew Tate. Let's just look at this here. Anybody who wants to be the next or whatever, the female, black or white, Puerto Rican Andrew Tate, where's Andrew Tate right now? I don't know if the man's guilty or innocent. I don't believe the man's guilty, but the Romanian government thinks differently. And they want to make an example out of him. And he has his own original ideas. But my thing is, at this point in the game right now, when not just the Romanian government, but the United States government and all these other governments are trying to crack down on this manosphere and this hate content here, I don't know about you, but the pivot to trying to say that you're like Andrew Tate is not a winning formula. Let me get to this super chats, guys. Who I got over here? Shout out to my man Clifton. What's going on, Clifton, in the building? He coming in green with the $5 holla. What you got for me, brother? Newsflash. White women make more than black men. So what the hell are they talking about? Black men are trying to catch up to white women. Hey, man, Clifton. Hey, man. Hey, brother. Salud. Thank you for the holler, man. Who you telling, man? That affirmative action helped white women so much, guys. People don't realize that the affirmative action just got struck down here. Hey, man, that helped so many white women. I'm just kind of curious how in the next few years how it's going to impact women's employment here, because affirmative action, hey, the women's place really jumped up here. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to happen. I don't know how they're going to try to play the legacy play within the job structure. I don't know how that's going to work. We know how it's going to work in the college admissions, but thank you, Clifton, for that holler, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Let's see what y'all saying here in the chat here as we get caught up here. Comments we post to multiple channels. Okay. Brock says, don't incentivize divorce and divorcees will diminish. Laws make it easy for a woman to divorce and take you to the cleaners. I know because that happened to me 20 years ago. Hey, Brock. Oh, I didn't know you got divorced 20 years ago, Brock. Oh, man. She took you to the cleaners? Well, I'm glad you got your own cleaners again, brother. God digital. American marriages is a civil agreement. Hey, you right about that, Clifton. Hey, Clifton with the bar. I'm gonna give you back the back. Hey, there you go here. Hey, Clifton coming in hot at the end here. Hey, man. Ben says, but the root of the matter is money. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh boy. Okay, guys. It's been fun here, but I'm gonna get out of here, man. We've been rocking for 3 hours. We've been rocking for 3 hours, guys. 3 hours and change. And I think I'm gonna take a ride over to we're gonna take a ride over to Theo's channel. Congrats to my man Theo. Y'all heard me here first here. I'm gonna go get something to eat, and then depending on how long I'm gonna hop up to his live stream, just crack 50,000 subscribers, man. That's dope. That's dope. Ain't no hate in my heart to see someone after me blow up bigger than me. You know what I mean? He doing his thing, he working hard, and that's what we should act here. When we see somebody who's actually doing something here, and we're in the same space, ain't no hate, because I'm winning too. Because I'm growing my channel at my pace. You know what I'm saying? I'm growing my channel at my pace here, and I'm happy with what I'm doing here. But then to see Theo to get the success he's got here, and knowing that, me and him been talking and communicating behind the scenes. Y'all know what we be talking about behind the scenes. We have good conversations, upbuilding conversations. He's encouraged me, I'm encouraging him. So to see him get to where he's at right now, that's what's up here. So we're about to get out of here in a second here. Brock's like, big time. Ask her where the money, long gone, brother. And I'm doing pretty well for myself. That's what's good, Brock. That's good, man. Mr. Goodbrick got a party. Yeah, Brock, he just cracked 50,000 subscribers yesterday. So he's doing a Friday live stream here. And just to let you know how much I respect my brother Theo here, this live stream is supposed to start at 6 p.m. Eastern. He had it at 6 p.m. Eastern. So you know what I said? We have a similar audience. I'll go ahead early. It's not even about ego. So my man's shining right now. So I'll go ahead early, get my show off the way here, and I can go ahead and join the festivities here because I'm going to eat too. I got to do mine regardless. But it's not about me competing with him. It's about respect. Seeing he had a major milestone. So, okay, I'll fall back so I can go ahead and join the party and the festivities over there, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way we got to rock here within our community. When someone's big enough, we're all working in the same space here. We encourage each other to build each other up because iron sharpens iron, guys. Got to sharpen each other up. So on that note, guys, I'm about to get out of here, man. He says, I got no invite. You got no invite. If you subscribe to Theo's channel, that's all that matters, brother. Brock, if you subscribe to the channel, and if you not, just go ahead and go to the channel and subscribe when we get done here. I have only one thing to say here. Y'all just can't go to I'm done. Oh man, let's get ready to get out of here. So let's get out. Hey, shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Brock. He's the leading sponsor for today's show here. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much, man. Shout out to everybody who gave super chat, super thanks, super stickers. Shout out to all y'all who hit the like button. If y'all couldn't participate in that aspect, at least y'all can hit the like button and help keep the channel's light on because I need the YouTube algorithm. But I'm getting out of here, guys. No live stream tomorrow on Saturday. I'm already calling that right now. I'm trying to buy a goddamn car. I'm trying to buy this car. I'm trying to get this Audi. We're trying to get this Audi. So I think we're going to be back on Sunday, though. Like I told you, I'm trying to work this schedule out so I can see if I can keep a Sunday live like permanent on the docket here and see what goes here. So hopefully we'll be back on noontime on Sunday. As always, like, subscribe, and click on that bell notification below. You guys support the channel and everything, guys. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and play the music here. And if we play the music, that means the show's over. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, there we go, guys. Yeah. Yeah.
Money work.
We out here, guys. I'll see you on this Friday. As always, I'm that dude named Dave, and I'll see you on the next live stream, or y'all might be seeing me some chat somewhere else. On that note, I'm out of here. Peace out.
Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero, pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve, que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré, no vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón, porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Corazón, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunes. Lunático. Yeah. Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero, pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve, que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré, no vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón, porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. Yeah. mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.